Oh my God, Billy, it's in there, Billy. Dave, can you hear me? I guess not. How about you guys? You guys can hear me okay, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. It's just a hangout, man. Everybody can come in.
Can you hear?
Hey, yeah, I can hear you for a second there.
Yeah, I can hear him now.
I don't know why it just switched for push to talk for me.
Oh, really? Yeah, it does that to Leah sometimes. Once she sets it after that, it usually starts working. It's amazing how much clearer.
When I do press it, though, do you hear the sound? Like, you know how it makes a bloop?
No, I don't hear anything.
Take off. Like, I can either keep it pressed to talk or I can leave it to pick up the audio. It's up to you. I just wasn't sure if it was picking up that bleep sound.
No, you sound good to me.
Hail Trump!
Did you say hail?
2020.
Did you say hail Trump?
Either way, really.
Oh.
Hail, Heil.
What the fuck? Now you know you're gonna be called a Nazi now, right?
Oh, man.
No, I think what he's trying to falsely insinuate is that Trump is a Nazi.
Oh.
No! Far from it.
I think he's saying he likes Trump and he likes the idea. I don't know what you're trying to say.
I
but
want to give Trump a tan. Let me put it this way.
You want to give him a tan?
Yeah, I want to bathe in some Cheeto dust.
What the fuck? I don't know what you're talking about now. Now I'm just completely lost.
Now he's going off again another, talking point that, orange man bad.
No, dude. I got my Trump flag out in my front yard. I got my MAGA hat hanging on my wall. I'm all good to go.
Got a noose hanging from the tree too?
No, I got pine trees, so they'll just snap.
See, I'm telling you, like, so it's just weird. Like, I don't know, man. You're going to be called a Nazi, is what I'm saying.
So, any update on Big Papi?
Big Papi, no. I know they moved him to Mass General here. So they flew, the Red Sox flew a goddamn medical airplane to him to get him over here. Because who knows what the hell they're doing.
He doesn't have enough money.
Well, because probably Dominican, who knows what the fuck they're doing over there. And
they've been Americans like nothing over there.
They've been what? Did you say?
Yeah, they've been poisoning people and shit.
Yeah, don't go over there. Well, did you hear? Did you hear why though? Did you hear that what's going on? It's like that he might have had an affair or something with this
drug lord.
Drug lord's wife.
Drug lord's wife.
Dude, that's got to be it, because me and Leo, I was saying, like, why would this happen? Like, there's got to be a reason for this hit, and that makes the most sense, to be honest.
Dang, I never thought of that. I mean, why else would they? If they wanted money, they would have just kidnapped him, right?
Yeah, and then they said it was a robbery. It wasn't. It was a hit, but it's like, why?
Right.
Why is someone trying to shoot this guy? And you kept trying to figure it out, and nobody could figure anything out. And then people were like, the guy's like revered over there, so who would just randomly go up and shoot him? So it's got to be a person that's known to him. We started saying that, and then it comes out that, he might have allegedly cheated, or whatever, hooked up with
He was supposedly having an affair with the drug dealer's wife, or drug lord's wife.
Yeah.
So apparently that's big.
There's photos with him with the guy. So
wrong place, wrong time.
Well, no. Okay, so from what I read, I thought the guy that shot him, he was law enforcement, but he wasn't wearing law enforcement uniform when he shot him.
Yeah, he was wearing like a white T-shirt. Like,
hold on, law enforcement shot at Ortiz?
Yeah, so they said that like he was law enforcement, but he wasn't wearing.
Dirty cop then?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, he's just a hired assassin then.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of a video of the guy. Actually, apparently they caught him.
Did you?
Oh, they beat his ass.
Did you see the video of him beating his ass?
They beat the shit out of him, Dave. It's on Twitter. It's hilarious. Go watch that.
What was that, Joe?
Go watch that.
They beat the shit out of the guy. It's on Twitter. It's hilarious.
But I just said that. I watched it.
Oh, you did see it. Okay, I missed it. I'll be right there. I'm fixing my mic.
Like, the car in Street Fighter, like once you beat like 4 opponents and you beat up the car, he was the car.
Yeah, they were bashing like beer bottles over him and shit. I saw the full video on chaotic.com with a K. It's like a Grinch site or whatever.
Speaking of anti-Trumpers, I guess AruShinchu is one of them. From what I see
Aw.
in the extreme chat.
The only thing I gotta say to the anti-Trumpers is, you're not watching your money, right? And you ain't playing the stock market.
On top of that, do you have a supermodel wife?
Me? No, I'm
No,
divorced.
it's a rhetorical question to those that.
Oh, I gotcha.
Just that. Oh, look at him. You know, he's fat and he's old. It's like, yeah, and he still has a lot of money. He's still, you know, one of the most powerful positions on the planet. And even prior to that, he's got a fucking trophy model wife. Like,
dude, when she was
you wanna
overseas,
hate?
man, like she was like beautiful.
Yeah, but
She is spectacular.
yeah. Like I'd eat the peanuts out of her shit. Let me put it that way.
That's what I call a payday.
I saw this one meme going around the internet where the queen's like looking down at her pelvis and it says,
Yep.
"Oh, no penis this time." Oh,
How
that
refreshing.
last crazy. Yeah.
Well, there is ample evidence that Michelle Obama actually was born a man and probably never chopped his dick off. Michael LaVey Robinson is his actual name.
Huh.
Explain why he's so muscular.
When the media came out and said Barack Obama, our first gay president, and like it had like a rainbow halo around his head, they knew what was the deal. Like even when what's her name, Joan Rivers, publicly admitted, "Oh, Obama's gay and his wife's just a tranny." Everyone in Hollywood knows that because they do. They all go to the same parties. Well, what did they do to her? They offed her.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. I believe that. And the other thing about Obama being gay, he lit up the White House in gay pride colors.
Well, that's one small aspect. The guy was well known in Chicago while he was working there in politics, including up to the point where he became a senator, where he would frequent the gay bathhouses.
Jeez.
And there's people that actually cataloged it. They released the information. They, you know, made documentaries to prove this. Like prior to him even winning, first time, I think it was in 2008, right? And these people got offed as well. Larry Sinclair was apparently a gay lover of Barack Obama's.
Oh, okay. I remember this now.
And he publicly came out and admitted it, gave all the information, verified it and all that, and poof, he was offed.
That's hot.
Oh, by the way, speaking of getting offed, two former senators of Arizona recently were suicided. Actually, one of them was murdered. The other one was, in quotation, suicided because they were finding information that would link the Clinton Foundation to child trafficking operations coming out of Haiti.
Well,
Right.
And they were offed. The body count for the Clinton crime syndicate is literally thousands of people.
that's crazy.
But nobody wants to talk about this. Orange man bad. What about Trump and his tax returns? What about, you know, him, you know, not wanting Mexican criminals coming into the country? No, why don't we talk about like what the Democrats are trying to hide? Why are people like Anthony Weiner still allowed to even be running around in public when we know that the guy's a pedophile? And he's actually been, I think he's a registered pedophile now.
He is registered now.
Oh my God, he is.
Yeah.
It's
He's
funny
registered
because
and
Trump-
everything.
Why the fuck is all this
Yeah, what
ringing
is that?
going on? I was
You got some feedback coming in.
dude, I was turning off my sounds, and when I went to turn off the sounds, when you hit the button to turn them off, it plays the sound.
That's retarded.
So like you're like trying to, I turned everything I turned off, all started playing. Like, what the hell? Anyway, it's gone now.
Have you tried Diablo yet, Joe, or you been busy?
What do you mean tried it?
They were doing, I guess, or like the servers back up.
Oh yeah, dude. All morning. I mean, I was doing things, so because I wanted to play with Leah, but I was doing things, and Leah kept coming down and was like, "The fucking WoW servers are down." So we went to play Diablo, and they won't let her and her brother join, and then she got logged off again. They're all kinds of fucked up.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with the servers right now, but I think they're working now. But
All right.
oh, it was weird all
I
day.
just knew that they had maintenance going on and shit.
What the hell is Bodark doing? Just sitting down there in Cronin chat. Yeah, you joined the wrong one, you fucker.
Shit.
There you go. I moved him over here. Yeah, if I move anybody to the JCS live one, then I have to unmute people. But on this one, it's open for everybody. I think. I'll only move over to JCS live if like maybe like 1 or 2 more people join, because after like 5 or 6, 7 people, it's like fucked up.
Yeah, I hear
You're so fucking cool.
Is this working, by the way? I'm just curious.
Yeah, I can hear you. Hey, Jake sent me a message. Look at that. What's he saying?
Broski, I'm sorry I didn't respond sooner. I went to the doctor's early this morning, and then I just literally passed out and just woke up.
Oh, goddamn, guy's like Patch Adams over there. So what's up, everybody? How you guys doing?
Dave Rose having mic problems.
I'm just muting myself. I don't want to make any extra noise if I don't need to. I switched it from click to talk to voice activated. It's so annoying to have to press it over and over again and hearing that stupid noise.
Fuck click to talk. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, unless you're like barely gonna say anything.
No, if I was making noise in the background and I wanted to avoid that, then that's appropriate. But like, I'm not. I'm trying to stay perfectly still, not move anything. Make the sound come out right. Yeah, mine's probably always...
if you want, I can switch mine to the activate. I just didn't want to Well,
they sound fine to me. I'm hoping Discord.
Everyone sounds good.
Yeah, sometimes Discord's is sucky, but like a lot of times it's great. I mean, it was great.
The quality's nice.
Oh, look at that,
man.
Okay, so this is the regular talk thing. So, well,
it's weird because I messaged Jesse earlier and it said I couldn't talk to him, and I think it's because he deleted his Facebook again. So I was like, oh, I can't talk to him.
Well, Facebook's been having a lot of weird shit happening lately. Because it happened to my family member, one of his people that he talked to. Just
oh, this ain't weird shit. This is Jesse. He just flips out and deletes his Facebook.
What happened now? Jesse did it again?
Yeah, but now he's messaging me. So he's like, hey, want to record today? And I'm like, hey, it's funny because I went to ask you that hours ago and you weren't there.
shit. So.
Never played that. That's the where you play a semi, right?
Yeah.
That's
I
cool.
got the wheel, the shifter.
Oh, nice.
Everything. If you click on my name and you can go all the way up to 18.
Damn.
If you click on my name and hit watch, you can see it.
Did any of you catch E3?
A little bit.
I watched some of it. I actually kind of liked. I have to say the one that nailed it. Fuck, what was it? I know all the one that really fucking sucked was Bethesda and EA. But the only thing about EA was that
it was trash.
Yeah.
Ubisoft for me killed it. Ubisoft had good games this year.
I'm just hoping they don't downgrade their shit again.
But I'm excited for that Final Fantasy VII remake. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
I want to be a baller. It's raining. Hey, Joe. Oh, he must be AFK. Anyone watch Raw last night? I turned it off at literally 9 o'clock.
Nope.
Should be shot for asking about that.
What I did do is I spent 5 hours watching all of Chernobyl.
I hear that's pretty good.
Damn, that was it was really, really good. Like the tenseness in the first episode alone is just nuts. Like, and this is a topic I've studied a lot and, have a lot of interest in.
So it was pretty accurate then.
Some stuff. There's a lot of stuff that was dramatized, obviously, because some stuff is just boring, like the science and all that. Some stuff, it makes for a more enjoyable story, or it allows him to do certain things to bring more drama to it. But
Right.
a lot of the stuff was accurate. Personally, I love to see the scenes of the burning reactor, the radiation effects, because again, you really don't get to see that in real life. Like either the videos that the military records are either classified or not released for a long time. Same thing with the videos from the doctors and stuff. So to be able to see how they created this with the special effects they had, which I thought were amazing, because a lot of the scenes outside the reactor were total green screen CGI stuff, but it was just so well done that you could hardly even tell. But the story was it was very very enjoyable. It was very well documented, and it really got you to invest. That's why I went on that binge like 5 hours. I went to sleep around 2 a.m. I was dead tired, but like I just couldn't stop.
Is it a mini series then?
Yeah, it's a miniseries.
Okay.
It's on HBO, I believe.
You're right. I just didn't know if so how many is there? Like 7 episodes or whatnot?
Only 5.
Or
Only
5.
And
Oh,
each of them are an hour each.
it's cool.
I jerked off to the whole
Mostly
thing.
British actors. Sorry?
I jerked off to the whole thing. No.
And mostly British actors, but they did a good job, and yeah, I'd say overall it was well put together.
I've been watching this cheesy show, like really
Which one?
cheesy. It's really bad. It's pretty sure it's like made for women almost, but like I'm dead serious. Like I think it was called. It's like a show about. It's like a series where like the comet and asteroids coming to the Earth and it's gonna kill us. And there's like
And it's a show?
it's on. I found it on Amazon actually. I was like,
Oh.
and it was like, it's definitely like I feel like it's, I don't know. It's weird. It's, and like I'm trying to explain it and I can't. It's just so lame. It's cheesy kind of, and I'm like fucking 5 episodes in. I'm like, why am I watching this? It's so weird. There's like this guy who's like an Elon Musk type, but like, and he's got like just millions of dollars and all these things, and he's the one that maybe could save the Earth, and he's building an ark, and there's this like young guy who's a college Harvard like student, and then there's a girl who's an aide to the guy who's the right hand of the president or something, and it's just all very goofy, like to where it just feels like it's
bored.
Yeah, it just feels like it's for women. I don't know, and I'm watching it, and I don't know why I'm watching it.
I guess the series finale ends when the lead woman star can't open a pickle jar.
Right. No, it's like it's called.
That's the reaction I was looking for.
Yeah. It's called Salvation, is what it's called. It's called.
Sir, I don't know how to open this pickle jar. How do I do it? You fucking turn the lid, you stupid.
Well, that's what it is they've got this male character who's like the good-looking rich guy who knows and does everything. That type of thing where it's like the guy just knows how to do everything. So like, if you're a girl watching the show, you're probably like, oh, that guy's hot, like, and it's just stupid. It's like a dumb show. It's called Salvation. Go look it up on Amazon. You'll laugh.
From the sounds of it, I don't think I'll ever watch it.
One show I can't wait for to come back is the Ozarks.
Yeah, it's a little bit like, it's like that, but not.
But not girly and shit, right?
Yeah, more like, yeah, it's kind of like how Doctor Who became. Like, Doctor Who used to be like really cool and sci-fi, and I like this, but now Doctor Who is about like, ooh, the Doctor's so
social justice. That's all it's for.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
signaling and social justice.
Okay, well, but what it had been was, it was like, ooh, the Doctor's so mystical and cute, and I'm a girl and take me away. That's what it became. It used to be sci-fi and the Doctor's cool, and then it turned into like, oh, I'm a girl and oh, the Doctor's, please take me away from my life because like my boyfriend's boring and I'm a girl. And then now it's social justice. But yeah, either way, it's Doctor Who's gone to hell. But oh well, there goes another thing we loved. And pretty soon we'll all get dick cancer anyway.
Well, the thing with Doctor Who is initially it did start as a kids show, so the companions were really supposed to be more closer to the kids watching their age and to be more relatable, while the Doctor was supposed to be more of a father figure. But yeah, it did switch into the more romantic aspects of having the companion.
Yeah, it got really bad though that last. I want to say like somewhere around Tennant, it got really weird. It got a little weird, and then it got really bad with Matt Smith.
I think it was even a few years ago where I asked you if you had watched the final sort of season of Doctor Who. Like, how caught up are you? I don't want to ruin anything. But
I'm caught up now to.
Okay, so you remember when what's her name, the Impossible Girl died? Clara.
Claire, yeah.
So you
Clara.
Yeah, that was a few years ago, I guess. But
was
at that point. I wanted to ask you, like, did you know she died? Because you were also pissed at her. You didn't like her very much. So I was curious to ever find out whether or not you'd seen it and what you thought about her death and all that. But after that, with Capaldi had so much potential. He's a great actor, but that's when they really started to infuse a lot of social justice bullshit. And then by the time that he regenerated into a woman, it was just full out crazy. So you know what? I heard a great theory. Doctor Who died on what's his home planet? What's that name? The one they kept talking about over and over again for multiple seasons.
It's like Morgan. Fuck, like that's driving me nuts now. Mortuum, something like that. Something with an M, I think.
So basically, the theory is he died there before he regenerated.
Gallifrey.
Gallifrey. No. Gallifrey is where he's born. There's this specific planet where he's supposed to, like, all these people tell him throughout his travels that he dies there, and he doesn't even know it.
Oh, what planet does he die on? Okay, I get what you're saying.
And it was the one where he has the battle with, like, he stays on there, rather than regenerate, he stays on there for, like, hundreds of years, and, like, you still see him, like, really old fighting wooden Cybermen and, like, Daleks and stuff. Do you remember that episode?
Yeah.
It was I think it was the Christmas episode.
Dude, you know what
before he became Capaldi.
I don't remember what the planet was called now, but I was just looking it up to try to find it. I can't. But the first, like, before Tenet, and Tenet was all right. I like Tenet, but before Tenet, that 1 year of Eccleston was great. Whenever we go back and watch that Eccleston year, it was still shot like a British TV show. It was shot so different. And
Eccleston is one of my favorite doctors ever.
Me too. And I remember being mad.
Tom Baker, obviously, number 1. Number 4, forever.
Yeah.
But Eccleston, great actor. He really embodied a regenerated, inspirational inspirational view into Doctor Who. That, like, when it got rebooted and they picked him, everyone was just so excited for what it was going to bring.
I was pissed, man. We got 1 year of that bastard, and that was it. That was such shit.
And they treated him like shit. That's why he never even appeared on the one where they introduced, like, the War Doctor and all that. Because he was supposed to, like, they wanted him there, but they used pre-recorded video. But they really treated him like shit. It's so sad that they caused this. That we could have seen this guy for multiple seasons, but nope, fucked him over.
Anyway, whatever. I guess we got everybody in here. Cool. All right, let me see if I put the tweet out.
No, I think we bored them to death.
Yeah, we killed everybody.
Nah, man, I'm nerds.
What are you guys doing?
I'm nerd myself.
Me and Dave just got done butt fucking. I'm going to have Hannibal on in a little while. I'm going to be interviewing that Hannibal guy. That'll be fun. You remember Hannibal, Dave?
The show? I've never actually watched the show.
No, the guy, the wrestler. He's the guy who he's the guy who had Hep C and then WWE wouldn't hire him.
Oh yeah. I saw that documentary. Very sad.
But the guy has his own YouTube channel with like 90,000 subs now. And he's also the guy who did the thing with Terry Funk. Remember where he slapped him and broke his eardrum?
Oh, really?
Remember it's called like the Terry Funk incident? And he sort of like slaps him at a press like they're giving him an award, and then he attacks him, and then they fight each other. And it seems like
you play that at one point?
Yeah, it seems like it's real. Show? Yeah.
Because that does ring familiar.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's fucking, dude, the guy slaps the shit out of Terry Funk. And he does this a lot. He's got all this, and he always calls it incident. You know what I mean? So he'll be like, fucking, like the honky tonk man incident. You know, he'll be like in the lot.
Trenzalore. Sorry to go back. Trenzalore is the planet he died on.
Yep, you're right. It is Trenzalore. That's funny.
And I was looking for it, couldn't find it, but then just thinking about it finally came. Sorry, guys.
No, I'm glad you thought about it. All I could think about was the Planet of the Dead, even though I know that's not it. I was just thinking about that.
Yeah, that was what was coming up, but it's just like, no, I know what this is. God damn it, I'm a nerd. I've got cred.
Yeah, I'm a cunt. Mandalorian Moses, what's up? Who's that? Who the fuck is Mandalorian Moses?
Hello.
It's young.
Mandalorian Moses.
It's a good name.
This is Darth Didius.
Cunt. I'm a cunt.
Wipe them out. All of them.
I am a cunt. You are a
Yes,
cunt.
my lord.
What was that?
I think he just said just a minute.
Oh, okay. All right. I was like, what the fuck?
No, that was Bodog. I was just saying yes, my lord, in the reference to Darth Sidious.
Oh, sorry.
It's well, dude.
Can't hear
I haven't seen him talk. I have not seen him talk.
No, he's just creeping out.
Joe, wipe him out.
I might. No, I'll just leave him. I mean, I don't care. He didn't say anything. If it's had like a buzz or something going on.
There we go.
He's going to hear this anyway.
So it must have just been Discord fucking up.
Oh, yeah, that's not surprising. Fucking Discord. That being said, fuck it. All right, we're out of here. Colby, stay tuned for the next one. Well, that was the end of our show earlier, Dave. That's how I ended the show. Fucking stay tuned for the next one.
Yeah.
I didn't know what the fuck to say anymore.
We'll catch you next time.
We'll see you later. See you in hell.
Fucking table.
Catch next time as Joe Cronin interviews people on Discord. Coming now to YouTube. By the way, fuck all them haters.
Jesus. Discord, I was thinking about like every fucking, I don't know. It's been around like 5 years now, I want to say. Because I used to do morning Discord, then we used to do the Discord hangouts and stuff like that. So I wanted to do a little one here because, I don't know, I just miss those old ones. Those are fun. It's cool to just jump in here with a bunch of people and just fucking talk shit. Yeah, I don't think your mic's working either, bro. Doesn't look like it. We're here to talk about whatever, man. It doesn't matter. I'm here. Ask me something. Ask yourself something. Talk about your mother's PJs. I don't give a shit.
My mother's PJs are pretty large, so I'm pretty sure that's not like fittable for anyone.
Cut a fucking hole in the back of them and just explore her. The hell?
How's your dog, dude? I've been wanting to ask.
It's a pain in the ass because, like, all the she can see out of the cage, so it's like the kids coming up to the cage freaks her out and gets her upset, and then the dog wandering around, she gets mad. So it's been a pain in the ass trying to like keep her calm and like don't go near the dog's room. So I mean, this thing came out in 5 days later last time, so kind of worried, you know. I'm like, I'm not gonna be okay with seeing her run around until at least 10 days go by.
Yeah, from what it saw on your Twitter post, man, like that whole bullshit with the money and crap like that, and then fucking up. To be honest, it sounded like a lawsuit coming because they fucked up on the surgery.
No, because there's the problem. Like, well, I mean, I don't know, but the emergency place we took her to, they were like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with what they did. You know, this can happen if she jumped too much or stressed around too much. And then she also got a piece of corn stuck in her or whatever. So, I don't know, something she ate.
Dude, that fucking sucks, man.
Yeah, it was weird. Oh, Mandalorian, now you're echoing. You got to figure that out. Let me get you out of there. Go figure that out.
I think he has it to where like it's coming through his phone or something like that.
Oh, okay. He's just too loud.
Were you able to
Maybe.
figure it out, Mandalorian?
Maybe. Let me see. I don't know. I still hear him. Yeah, try to figure it out. I'll come back in when you figure it out. You sound all right. It's just like, yeah, he muted himself. He's okay now. Oh, shit, Awondy's in here now. Awonddy, you fuck. What's up, dude?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, you naughty boy.
How are you?
You're going to get pecker trailed now.
I just woke up, mate. I just saw you.
You just woke up? What is it, like 4 a.m.?
It's 11 p.m.
I have no idea what time it is anywhere, for Christ's sake. What is it, 4 a.m.? 11. Yeah.
Wow, 8 hours.
No, it's 11 a.m. there.
No, 8 p.m., dude.
It's
the
8.
sun sets in the west. He's in the east.
It's
It
8
means
p.m.?
later.
I'm stupid. I don't fucking know.
He's in the future.
You are in the future.
Technically, he is.
That never makes any sense.
Is it working now?
It should just be the
8
yeah.
hours, Greenwich Mean Time. This is BBC World News.
This should just be one time, all the time, everywhere. I mean, come on.
Yeah, so it'll be 8 a.m. here, while on the other side of the planet, it'll be 8 p.m. and dark, and you'll still force them to say it's 8 a.m. Good job.
Yeah, fuck it. It's 8 a.m.
America.
If it's 8 a.m., it's 8 a.m., god damn it. Everywhere. And then everybody's used to like, well, our 8 a.m. is daytime and your 8 a.m. is nighttime. Whatever.
Would you force Australia to call it winter when it's their summer?
No. That's a good point, though, because there's the contradiction. If it's somebody, you know what I mean? Because we consider it winter. And on the calendars, we consider it winter, but how come? But there, it's not winter. So why do we make a change for time, an adjustment for time, but not an adjustment for the seasons?
Because the tilt of the planet affects the weather, and therefore that is what defines a season, not what time of year it is.
What defines time?
If the Earth is more tilted, if the southern hemisphere is more tilted towards the sun, it's summer there.
Yeah.
While the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun, it's winter there.
So do they make calendars that are summertime for their area?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think I've seen ever any calendar that says whether it's winter or summer. It just tells the dates and the months.
Yeah, but if you flip through it, it's like spring and it's like flowers, and then it's like you get to December and it's like snow and Christmas or something.
Well, I'm sure if you went to Australia or anywhere in the southern hemisphere, it'd be the opposite.
Wow.
Or they-
All right, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that. My mom stopped by.
Well, send pics.
I will. I'll send you her Facebook.
But it'd be nice if I could...
68 years old.
That's my mom's age. They could both bang. Put them together.
My mom will bang your mom, is that what you said?
Why not? Yeah, they're both 68, so one more, they're going to be 69 at the same time.
Taking 69 then.
Imagine that.
Imagine that.
What the fuck? What's wrong
Is
with
it
me?
weird to say that I
It's
have
weird.
probably the youngest parents? My fucking mom's only in her 40s.
That's hot.
Well, how old are you?
I'm 23, dude.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can I look at her Facebook?
look at her.
I'm not kidding. Like, I mean, that's the thing. Like, you think it's funny? I want to look at her. I'm not kidding.
Is she attractive?
That's weird. I don't know if I could answer that if I was him. I'd be like, I don't know. Here's her Facebook.
Sometimes guys will answer that.
I remember when this psychopath was like attacking everybody and he was like fucking being a psycho. So we looked up him on Facebook because he was getting really crazy. And then we found his mom on Facebook and she was talking about her son and everything, being bullied and everything. And I like was like, He luckily he stopped, but I was real close to like I was almost sent her messages that he's like sent in videos and been like, yo, your son's a fucking asshole, just so you know. And yeah, I almost did that, but then I stopped because he stopped. So I was like, okay. But it would have been because she's also yelling at him stuff on Facebook too, like you better not be doing these type of things and whatever else. And I was like, oh man, she'd really love it if I sent them the stuff that he sends us.
Should send that to Minnesota Vikings, Mom.
Well, she's got to be dead or have a dick in her right now.
I wouldn't be surprised considering how he looks.
That's fucked up. I'm sorry, Minnesota. I'm kidding.
So I just got a quick question on that, and then we can drop that. Did he buy his subscribers? Because who the fuck? How the hell is 700 people going to subscribe to that?
He bought them.
No, he absolutely did buy subscribers.
Okay, all right.
So did
all
Scott.
All right.
Scott bought them too. So
who?
never mind.
Oh,
somebody else.
How do you
bought
buy
'em.
subscribers? Like what?
There's websites where you can buy subscribers.
You can just through YouTube.
It's against YouTube rules.
Huh.
Yeah, don't do it. Someday, like, you ever like your channel ever blew up? Like after a while, you can be in some fucked up trouble for it.
Right. I never even had an inclination to buy subscribers.
Well, now there's a
But,
reason to,
like-
because at 1,000 subs you get stuff unlocked, and at 10,000 you get some things, and so they can tell too. Like one time this group tried to buy subs for another channel to fuck them up, and YouTube didn't do anything because they know they can tell. Yeah, I guess I don't know. I've never been in trouble. I've never seen anybody in trouble for it really. But one guy bought like 10,000 subs, and that's all he ever had. So it's basically a thing where YouTube will see like, okay, most of your subs are fake. So if they decided, they'll whack your channel. Like, okay, you have 1,000 subscribers, and 800 of them are fake, and the YouTube can tell that. So they'll whack your channel, or really what they'll do is a lot of times is they'll delete those accounts, because those accounts will be like dead accounts. So they'll delete them. Yeah.
Try and cover their tracks in a sense.
And I guess that they can tell if they're
I've come
dead
out a
accounts
couple
because
times
of like
to play
their
with them.
YouTube history and whatnot. Huh. I just never understood why 700 people would fucking subscribe to that idiot.
Nobody did. Nobody did.
I don't know why even 7 would.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
That stuff is really bad. I mean, whatever. I don't want to.
I'm hauling a boat.
The entire stream that he had, that he originally put your name in there, Joe. I watched like 5 seconds of it, and it was just so fucking cancer. I had to leave. I'm like, yeah, this is fucking retarded.
Interesting that you did, because I was there and I was watching, and I tried to interact, and as soon as I did, I got banned from the chat. And then I tried to call him up, and he wouldn't answer. Well, actually, he hung up on me. So
I don't even get why people go over there or even call or interact or anything. Because it's like, if he's so bad,
he was talking shit about me, and like I mentioned in the previous video that.
Well, that's what he wants, though. He wants to get. He wants to get views.
So be it. But that's the thing, though. I also proved my point, which I think was great, and I had to do very little effort, work smart, not hard, because he not only acknowledged that I was trying to connect, but he admitted that he was censoring me, and then people in the chat started to reveal, hey, you're clearly a coward, you're clearly a liar, you can't even confront what you're accusing Dave of, and you're using censorship to keep him from your show. So either way, it blew up in his face, and he was revealed to be more of the fucking moron than he is, that he already has displayed. And I don't believe it for a second when he says he's not involved.
I think he cackles every time people are in there talking. He doesn't care. He's just like, I got all these people. Like, that's the whole thing. He likes it. So you gave it to him.
Apparently his boyfriend, Big D or Heavy D, whatever the fuck he's called.
Yeah.
He's overcompensating for something that he doesn't have.
That guy sounds like he's like 45 or 50. He's like, hey, Joe, it's me, Big D. All right, bro.
Sounds like he's got one foot in the coffin.
You know what? I'm gonna call you what everybody called your wife. I'm gonna call you Sloppy C. How about that? Sloppy cunt. That fucking retard brother of his or whatever. There's no way that guy's real. I said it from the beginning. I was like, dude, I don't believe that.
That's what I said.
You're all dumb. I mean, not everybody, you all, but they are. Like, they're just, ugh. I mean, I like Minnesota though. Like that's the thing. Again, it's one of those things. It's like, well, but this guy supported you for so long. It's like I know, but again, look what
he went ape shit. What the fuck?
Look what he's doing. He's going crazy, and he's calling it like real as fuck TV. It's like, dude, get the fuck out of here.
That's the thing too that I noticed is that you told him he was only banned from monetize this. He wasn't banned from your channel completely.
Yeah,
and he went ape shit on that.
Yeah, he got really mad. I don't know. That's the fuck. Who cares? Like he'd still listen to it. What does he care? He's not even. He's barely on it. Hasn't been on it the last 6 months.
Attitude.
Yeah,
he thinks he's owed it.
No, he's gonna. He fucking owes me the rights to the name of his own show. The fuck.
True.
I wouldn't care, but he's like, I didn't get it from Joe. What the hell are you talking about? He started saying real as fuck all the time after that whole incident when I started saying it and I made the T-shirt. Back then he would write it. Then he would write it real as fuck. Joe, Joe's real as fuck. He would tell people Joe's real as fuck. Now I'm gonna make a show. I'll call it Real as Fuck TV. Come on.
So because of everything that happened, like with your channel and stuff, do you have like any strikes or anything, or is it like a clean slate now or whatnot?
I did have those. Yeah, I did have them.
Well, what I mean, like now that everything's done and fixed, like your Joe Cronin show is back up, like YouTube doesn't like have a
not anymore.
File of like shit on you, right? Or
I'm sure they have some kind of file on me, but no, I don't have any right now. No, not anymore.
Oh, okay.
I got them. I mean, after a week, the upload thing goes away anyway, but it just so happens coincidentally that Monday morning they fixed everything anyway. So,
okay, cool.
I won't get the warning back though. So like that was a new thing they were doing with the warnings, and I was like, yeah, that won't last. They give everybody one warning now. So they were like, most of our YouTubers never get a strike. And I was like, yeah, sure, okay. And it said everybody gets a warning. So I said, what happens when the warning expires? Then you get the warning again? Like so for instance, like you get a warning, nothing happens, but it tells you, hey, you got a warning. If this happens again, it's a strike. So what happens is when you get the warning, it's there, but you never get it back again. So like you can never, it's like 30 days don't go by or 3 months don't go by that you now get a warning again. You never get that again. Everybody gets one warning, so it's like, oh, I thought that was dumb because when they announced the new rules, I was like, ooh, that's great. That's a great thing to have a warning. And they were like, yeah, it is great. But I was like, so after you get it, you have to wait like 60 days, you get the warning back. And they're like, no, you never get the warning back. You get one warning. And I was like, so because it's good because if somebody fucks up or they screw up, well, there's a buffer there. But once you get it once, it's gone. So now there's no buffer ever again. So that's kind of stupid, but
right.
You know, but anyway, it got fixed. One of them didn't. One of them stood because it was legit, you know. But the other one got fixed. I made an argument for it and showed it to the guy, and he was like, "Yeah, this really shouldn't have happened." I was like, "Yeah, no shit." But I get these all the time, but usually they solve them quickly. You know, even sometimes within an hour, they're like, "Oh, yeah, we fucked up, we fixed it." But this one, for some reason, took a week to get a hold of somebody.
I personally, when I heard about your channel, I thought it had something to do with that Vox Apocalypse bullshit.
Yeah, and luckily it wasn't that. That's
because that went down the same time around that happened with your show.
What's happening to people on that is like they're getting demonetized, and a lot of people don't know what that quite means. What it means is like, Daddy, I made a picture for you. You did?
Did I just hear Daddy? I made a poo-poo.
No, she made a picture for me.
Oh, a picture.
All right, I'll come look at it in a minute, baby. I'll be out in a minute. So, yeah, what it means is, like, so this, for instance, a guy that, like, sometimes I watch him, he's like Mr. Dapperton or something. He's a small channel. When he goes live, he gets 80 to 150 viewers whenever he goes live. And what it means is he cannot get super chats anymore, nor does he have monetization for ads. So,
oh, okay.
So like they took away his AdSense. So they were like, "Hey, sorry, blah blah blah," but he still can go live. He still has a YouTube channel. Nothing's wrong, but he's been demonetized. So like it's kind of like why would you take away a guy's monetization? So that they do that because of the ad people, right? Like they're just so afraid of this controversial stuff that they've taken him off the platform so they don't have to worry about it with advertisers. But it's like the guy he leans right, so he's more of a right-wing guy, but he's not like extreme or crazy or anything like that. And I would tell you if he was, because I'm sort of a left-leaner, so I would tell you if I thought the guy was, sometimes I think he's wrong, but he's not bad. He's not doing anything wrong. And he's been demonetized. So for no reason. So that's pretty sick and sad and weird. I actually yelled at him in the chat the other day. I said, and I'm not a big fan of him. I think he's okay. But I just said, I go, dude, you got to get Streamlabs going because people used to donate super chats to you. I'm sure people would donate live Streamlabs. You know what I mean? If you could set that up because, they can't take that away from you, at least not yet. They have taken that away for some people because some people's PayPals have been demonetized. So
I got one more question. Have you ever asked your Google guy that kind of has that spear into YouTube why you don't have that join button or whatnot?
Yeah, I've messaged them multiple times about that. Although you just brought up a good point because I've never asked him about that. I should ask him about that. But
because I've noticed like people with 20,000 and 15,000 have it, and you're all the way up to 65 and nothing.
Yeah, I don't quite get it. I think it's a new channel thing. I think if I had if I made my channel last year or if I just made my channel, I'd probably have it because like Spectrum, my gaming channel has it. But my gaming channel.
Oh, really? So it must be a new channel thing then.
It's not just that. It's a gaming channel thing too. Originally it was for gaming channels only. So if you did gaming, you could get it, and it just changed. It used to be like a subscribe thing for gaming channels. Now it's just called join for support, or whatever. And I don't have it either. I don't know why. I emailed them multiple times, and every time I email them, they're like, oh hey. Sorry that you still don't have it. We're rolling it out slowly to everybody. So it's becoming available at random to whoever. Now, I used to get stuff early. Like I was one of the first people to get the post thing where I could post messages or I could do the stories.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, not everybody had that for last year or over a year ago. But now I think everybody has it just about. So... And
it's cool that they came up with that because sometimes for some reason when you go live and the notification thing doesn't work for it, like when you do a message like that, it will pop up on my YouTube thing that Joe put a message up.
Right. Yeah, and I'll be like, it's a good way to I didn't want to upload, but here's a way I can say something really quickly or whatever.
Right.
And not only that, but it was weird. The last time I couldn't upload on YouTube, that was still available. Like they forgot, I don't know, or something. It didn't shut down, so I was able to be like, "Hey, I can't upload right now." I think it was last year. It was around WrestleMania time last year. I was like, "Hey, can't upload. Just letting you know." But I could post. It was like, why can't I post? But I don't know. This time they caught it and they shut it down. But yeah, that was weird. I mean, I've been dealing with this forever.
That bullshit again.
It'll happen again. This has been what 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5, 6 years of this. This was I believe this was the 9th to 10th time this happened, where I was. Yeah, this is the 9th or 10th time. So it's not. It will happen again. That's why I have multiple channels. That's why I have. So many things. I don't know. That's why Patreon and the website, everything. I mean, the very least, I have my website and Patreon, but I don't know how long it would take people to figure out, oh shit, he's nowhere. I better go find him over there.
I had a lot of people messaging me, wondering why you weren't uploading. I sent them both the other YouTube channels.
Yeah, and some of the new people had no idea. They were probably what the hell? What's going on?
It seems like as much as you talk about stuff, they should know.
Yeah, no, I just everybody's weird. Somebody might not be listening that week or whatever. They might be going in. Somebody might have missed Twitter. Yeah. Yeah, I'm coming in a minute. We'll be there in a minute.
That's a good way for people to actually keep up to date with you too, is the Twitter and stuff like that, in case something happens to your account.
But Twitter might come down too, so I still think Patreon's the best right now, but even that, nothing's 100% safe, except for my website.
Nah. I think it has to do with a lot of these people trying to shun out and silence people and whatnot. It's fucking stupid.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's one of those things where you can do a lot of things that are against a lot of rules and stuff. But if somebody decides to call you out on it, then you might be in trouble, even though everybody else is doing it. So it's kind of a mess. Nick Silva, I'm in a vehicle listening to Joe. That's funny. Well, I mean, isn't everybody always in a vehicle listening to me? I mean, you put me on
I'm
YouTube.
in my semi.
Yeah, see, I remember I had my cell phone on Discord one time and talked for an hour to people on here when I was driving a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you went to where? Connecticut or something?
Where? Recently now? Oh, I went to Rhode Island the other day. Yeah, that's right. No, but I mean, it was a couple of years ago. I went somewhere. I was driving somewhere, and I remember I opened Discord, and there was people in there, and I was just having a big conversation with people on Discord.
Were you able to record anything at fanfare?
Hey, what did you just say? I'm sorry. Somebody called me, and I'm like,
hey, Jabroni, you got something on feedback.
Oh my God, what is that?
Oh my God, what is?
Jesus.
The Jabroni Jabber podcast is echoing.
The Jabroni Jabber fucking echo chamber. Hang on, I'll be right back.
All right.
You guys can talk and shit. I'm just recording like I always am. Hey.
Hail Trump.
Oh, God. Well, that will get your channel taken away.
Oh, I got it written all over it. So.
No, that'll do it. I have nothing to do with that. I don't like him. You got to say that, or then you're in trouble.
I should write Pocahontas on mine too.
Hey, she lives right up the street from me. She lives right up the road from me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
If I ever go visit Cheryl, I'm gonna get an Indian outfit and bang on a drum out front of her house. Maybe Dave Rose will show up, help me out.
We'll reenact the scene from Washington where the Covington kid is just working there.
Dude, that guy's teeth are sheepers.
Yeah, what's his name? Nathan Phillips.
Yeah.
He has more teeth than he has IQ.
As long as you're not taking scalps, my friend.
I hope that kid wins. Because I think that kid would be smart with all the money if he really did win.
I hope he gets exactly what he's asking for. They're asking for $250 million from CNN.
Right.
Because they basically slandered him and they caused not only irreparable harm, but it threatened his life. I mean, they knew exactly what they're doing, but that's what the media does. They're fully part of the establishment.
They cut up the video, showed what they wanted instead of the whole thing.
Yeah, I talked about that recently on Derailed Show, and Heisman didn't know that, and I had to go through the whole timeline as to how it actually played out, and basically reference where the media took their clips from to put together their narrative to make it look like white supremacy is everywhere, when really it's a lack of any sort of racial supremacy that's causing all these crazy leftists to manufacture these hate crime hoaxes. There's actually a map, website that tracks hate crime hoaxes, and it's great because they can you know, because a lot of this information eventually comes out that it was like either footage or they eventually confess that they were the ones that did this crime to try to make themselves look like a victim. And America is scattered with these hate crime hoaxes. In fact, it's about 95 to 97% hoax, hate crime hoaxes. The next,
Yet you can even be
5% are actually real, but
you can be proven.
But the other thing, David, it's all in where you get your news.
Kinda.
To a certain extent, though, but you can bypass the news altogether and go straight to the.
But it doesn't
actual
matter if
white
somebody
papers.
somebody else watches that news and then they tell you that look what happened, and then you say, well, but that's not true. Like, they don't care. And even like the Jesse Smollett thing or whatever, like that's basically known to be false, but people still are treating it like it's real. You know,
No,
like,
but the thing is, what's real are the statistics, the facts.
Okay. I was like, Joe, you don't think that's real, right?
no,
the
but I
thing
mean,
is, though, like say CNN will take a certain report that's released by the government, by the FBI, whatever, and they'll cherry pick. They'll pick and choose what they actually say. And you see this in articles. The headline is Trump is, said Mexicans are all rapists. And you actually read the article and eventually you'll actually find the full quote. And he says, yeah, there's good Mexicans, but the ones that are coming right now, a lot of them are rapists. So they basically misconstrue what he said. Although he referenced it, they bury it so deep in the article because they're just looking for people to read their headlines. They know people are ignorant or lazy or stupid, especially their audience, CNN, and they make it easy for them to pick up a false narrative so that they can then jump onto Twitter and start whining about things that aren't actually real.
well, they could
Nobody bothers looking into this stuff.
They could have even kept it honest too. They could have wrote, Trump says Mexicans, quote, some of them are rapists. You know what I mean? So it's like you could just put that there and people would get mad. You didn't need to go and like fake the whole thing.
Well, the more outrage, the better.
I know. That's, I mean, media now is not media. All of news media should just be called fucking bias spin. That's all it is. It's all bias spin. Everybody. Oh, look out. It's pro mods. He's going to kill somebody.
You guys know Trump was the first president to openly accept LGBTQ and gays before becoming president.
That's the one thing I hate about him.
God damn. What the fuck?
Yeah, he supported gay marriage. Only
Dude,
president.
This whole pride shit that's going on Facebook, every company has to put the gay flag in front of their shit. Like, it's just so annoying.
Oh, dude, I hate that.
And now, where I live in Michigan, and the Detroit Tigers are having a pride night. And the bill of the cap is now like a rainbow color instead of just blue.
Oh, you little snowflake. Are you going to be okay? They put the color flag up. Are you going to be all right?
I'm going to wear my MAGA hat that night.
Come on, little snowflake. You going to be okay?
I'll be all right.
I'm just trying to be
I can
Troy.
see where Nick is coming from. I mean, because you know this, the corporations, they don't give a fuck. They just pander, and what better time to pander to an audience that has a lot of disposable income, gays, than during Pride Month, where you can just simply change your symbol. Despite the fact that the majority of your investors might be Saudi, just the fact that you might be investing in companies that are in the Middle East where they throw these people off the roofs. No, you can do it for 1 month by changing your logo, and you've made it better. You've virtue signaled. You've done your part.
I don't have a problem with the way people are, but when you're out in the streets having to do a parade for it and shoving it down my throat, it gets very annoying because like I hold hands with my girlfriend when we like go to the store and whatnot. Yes, sometimes we might have a little peck here and there, but like other than that, like that's the only public display of affection. It's not that I'm scared to show it. It's just I don't need to like shove my tongue down her throat in the middle of the produce section.
Well, so like
riddle me this: what if you were marching in the St. Patrick's Parade with your girlfriend and decided to strip nude and walk around? You'd be arrested. You'd be charged.
Why is that allowed? I'd be on the sex offenders list too because of it.
Why is that allowed though during a gay pride parade?
That's right there.
I'm not talking to dressing like really skimpy or in a Speedo but which is technically fine as well because that's sort of legal. But but to be fully naked is a crime. Like, you're not technically allowed to do that
because people are afraid
society in public.
They're afraid to like say anything about you know, they get special treatment. That's the answer. Special treatment.
This is why I need to be on TV.
Yeah, but you know what though? While they do get special treatment, they also get like dehumanized also by other people.
Where? How?
Where?
By the Jussie Smollett hoax. That's how they get dehumanized, by their own actions.
Yeah, they do.
Remember that guy?
No, by
remember
everybody.
that story about that gay kid who got apparently like tied up to a fence and he got beaten and killed, and you know there was a big outrage because it was all homophobia and stuff.
Yep.
Turns out that was a drug deal gone bad.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The guy was trying to get like meth or something, and then he got into a fight with his dealer, and like, you know, the dealer, being again a meth head crazy, ended up killing him that way.
They
It had
still don't
nothing to do with his sexual orientation.
They still don't. They still do get ridiculed and still don't have all the rights that they want.
When you walk through the street naked trying to say we want equality, but I'm going to force this down your throat, yeah, you are going to get ridiculed.
No, because
there's a difference between gay people that really just don't.
Well, but no,
use
I'm not.
their sexuality as key to their identity, which is just a normal person, because nobody normal says my sexuality is the key thing to my identity. And then there's the ones who think that their whole identity is made up by the fact that they take it up the ass.
Yeah, but you're ridiculing someone in a parade. I'm not talking about that or whatever you're saying.
Whoa.
Like I'm talking
We're
about.
not ridiculing anybody.
Okay, well, but Dave just
It
said.
might sound like it, but
Well, no, I'm talking about the kid at school or the couple in the neighborhood or whatever. I'm talking about, you know, gay people still get, you know, targeted for
like
many
Jussie
reasons.
Smollett, right? Like Jussie Smollett.
Well, no, he's a fraud.
Should we go back to the topic that I was just discussing, where the majority of these hate crime hoaxes are in fact just hoaxes?
Yeah, but
Hey, Rose, do you know about
but why are you dismissing the
that New
actual
Colorado shooting? Those two kids at that private
one
school.
of them was transgender.
Yeah, they were
the other
trans,
one was
yeah.
gay.
Yeah, see, they dropped the story.
Oh yeah,
Of
they
course
got
they
rid of
found
it.
it out.
Yeah, but
Everybody
see,
dropped
this
the
isn't
story.
the conversation.
They got their guns illegally.
You're going into a
The
different
father of one of them was an illegal immigrant who had been deported multiple times, and he was the one that owned these weapons.
But this isn't what
so
we're
that's
talking
double
about.
illegal.
We're talking about. I'm bringing up a different thing. I get that there's a lot of like fake like bullshit out there. It's all fake crap. But you're like not even allowing the portion of why the parades are happening. Like the parade.
Can you
is
tell
happening.
me what law discriminates against gays right now? Is there a specific law right now that actually is discriminated against gay people?
Well, can't they not get married in most of the states?
I think that's mostly down like the southern states and probably western states, just Texas and whatnot.
Are
the entire country like that?
Are gay people not picked on?
It's illegal to discriminate. Like legally, it's illegal to discriminate against gay people.
I know. But it happens.
Yeah.
It still happens. It's illegal to rob a bank.
No, but it is legal to discriminate against heterosexual people, because that bakery in Colorado is now getting sued for a third time.
But also in the past, they have had less rights and less rights going into the past. So these parades started years and years ago. So it's something that just sort of
gay
continues
people are the
on.
same rights as anybody else besides one thing: marriage.
Yeah, that's
No,
one.
they can live together. They can rent a house together. They can buy a house together. It's no different than like say you and your girlfriend.
Insurance has to cover death. You know, your life insurance plan. You have to be able to access government services. There are no laws that are basically repressing gay people right now.
I'm not saying that I'm against gay people 100%, but it's just stop shoving it down people's
Okay, so
throats.
let me say this to you too. With the Pride Parade, because I agree with you. I'm a little bit kind of nauseated by the whole month thing. Like, because again, like the whole month we have to go through this, and like if I had somebody like Troy on, he'd be like, "Oh, you poor baby, you have to go through. Oh no, the rainbow pictures are there." Like, so like I get that. Like, but my point is, why not? I don't want anything to be
That's
a month.
called poisoning the well.
I don't want anything to be a month. I want one day. Can we just everything? I have like a whole month for anything is gonna make people irritated. I don't care if it's a good cause, bad cause, whatever. Make it a day. Why can't we have Gay Pride Day? Why can't we have anything day? Why does it have to be month? It's like, oh my god. By the way, look at my Twitter account. I threw some rainbows up on my Twitter, so you're gonna love my Twitter.
I don't have a Twitter.
Well, June traditionally is a month of weddings, at least in the heterosexual communities.
I like gay people. I love gay people. I like gay people. I enjoy them. They're usually fun. Like, it's a lot of good time. But I know what you mean by being annoyed by a lot of the stuff. But also just when I look at it, I go, are they hurting me? Are they hurting really anything? The only people I don't like are the people that are.
No, they're not.
You know, that depends on the legislation.
No, he's true. It's true. It's the but currently the extremists and the Jesse Smolletts and those type of people, they are hurting things.
Well,
exactly. What if when Finn gets into kindergarten, what if the teacher starts trying to teach him about gay pride and all that in kindergarten?
Then I'm gonna take him out of that school.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but if they're trying to like teach that kind of stuff to a fucking kid, that's actually should not be tolerated.
Yeah,
well, they are.
They are.
They are now.
Yeah.
In fact, there was a case recently in Canada. A kid didn't want to use the bathroom. The teacher, being a leftist psycho, said, "Oh, it's clearly that he's a transsexual." Turns out the kid had gas, and he was again in kindergarten. They don't know. Some of them still have to wear diapers.
These people have gone retarded. Like, I mean, come on.
They're pushing this. The slippery slope is real, despite leftists and liberals and stuff trying to say, "Oh, well, there is no such thing as a slippery slope. We just want equality." You now see the culmination of that with the attempt to push transsexualization onto children, transition. You've got these drag queens trying to do their little story times in the libraries and stuff. You've got this disgusting case of Desmond the Amazing, I believe, 9-year-old drag kid who apparently has been hanging around
the amazing
pedophile. What's that?
The Amazing.
Oh
my God! Hey, listen, I gotta jump out real quick.
Queen.
I will be
okay. We'll keep talking.
Keep talking. I will be right.
Wasn't even close. She was like 5'4", 260 pounds. She was in very bad health. She suffered a heart attack. Wasn't run down. And most people thought that it was this James Fields guy that ran her down. And
I've seen video that he wasn't even in that car. He's standing.
Well, now you're getting into the real truth. It was actually James Field, an actual military intelligence operative that was in that vehicle. Additionally, there's 2 other people that died that day. When they give the numbers for that day, 3 people died. Well, we had the fat lard who she died of a heart attack. And then we had the 2 cops that died in the helicopter crash that was observing the getaway vehicle. No explanation ever came out about that.
Clinton.
Well, there were a few people that actually witnessed the actual driver, James Field, get out of the car after driving away, and then this skinny kid, James Field, be ushered into the car by 2 handlers, and then pull off from the scene for then the police services to surround the vehicle and arrest that kid. There was a switch.
Was that your kid, Dave? Dave, was that your kid?
I don't have any kids.
That you know of.
I know that you're attempting to make a joke, but you could have done something a little bit better.
I'm curious too, Dave. You brought up his name a little bit earlier. How do you think MLK died? Do you think he got shot, or
white people? White people is the answer. White people is the answer.
He got suffocated and died in the hospital.
And on top of that, just to add, have you seen the recent recordings, I guess, of MLK in this room? Okay.
I'm glad you brought that up. I actually did not know about the suffocation. I know that he was shot, not by the guy who actually supposedly confessed, who apparently later, recanted, and the family of King came out and said, "Yeah, we believe this guy. We don't think he killed him." Now,
I heard the suffocation on Talk Is Jericho last week when he had John Barber, the director of. He made a new documentary called "The American Media and the Second Assassination of President Kennedy."
Ooh,
wow. Now here's the thing: I can totally see where they didn't get the kill done properly, and they needed to suffocate him in the hospital because they didn't get him right the first time. But either way, he was destined to be eliminated. But
it's just like Bobby Kennedy was not killed by Sirhan Sirhan; he was firing blanks. He was killed by 2 assassins standing right behind him.
Correct. Now, I believe it was it Nikki that you had just mentioned?
Yes. about those supposedly classified, where MLK was sitting in this room with other black guys and they ended up like raping this girl or something like that, and he was telling them how to do it or something.
Yeah, he was present during at least one rape that was recorded. Because again, this guy, he not only he's a communist. Okay, he actually was an open communist. He plagiarized most of his work, especially the one that he got his doctorate for. And because he was part of this, Black Liberty movement and stuff, he had already been infiltrated by the FBI's COINTEL program.
What the fuck did I walk into?
So basically,
we're down a rabbit hole.
Great discussion. Basically, they were aware of this, and that's how some of these recordings came out. The fact is, there's a lot more that's still being buried, but he was present at least one rape and actually laughed while she was getting raped.
I have a dream that one day you rape this girl in a pussy hole so I can laugh at it.
I have a dream that one day a black man will get away with rape of a white woman.
Wait, they raped a white woman?
I don't know.
Apparently, as militant as Malcolm X is portrayed by the media, he seems to be much cleaner in regards to this sort of infiltration and these sort of degeneracy acts than MLK. Like, it seems like Malcolm X actually did see through MLK and did not want anything to do with the guy.
Really? So Malcolm X was like more real, and Martin Luther King was really some kind of crazy creepo?
Yep.
That's what you're saying?
To be. And it's funny, though, that
how do you know that he raped the woman, though? I mean, like, what's up with that? Where did that come from?
Must have been hanging out with Cosby.
Well, but I mean, other people, I'm just going to play devil's advocate. Other people are going to say that this is more disinformation to make black people seem like terrible humans.
So at what point, other than a recording of this happening, do you expect
they have the audio recording of it?
Yeah, like...
How do they have the...
Usually a devil's advocate comes with
he was
fact.
bugged like crazy.
Yeah, but you can hear him? Like, they know it's him? Who knows it's him?
Yes.
He's telling
under observation. There's multiple cataloged evidence that proves this.
You can hear him, I guess, laughing about it and telling the guys, like, they should do it this way.
He likes it.
Damn, I want to hear that recording and make, like, a song out of it. Yeah, like get some techno music, like, and then, like, MLK's in the back, like, aha, hold the asshole down. Aha, now jam your dick in a face hole. Hey, I wrote this speech. I think everyone's going to love it. Hey, swallow that. Swallow that. Swallow that.
Oh,
sorry.
Well, since
I
you guys
can't
seem to be
believe
I gotta pee.
Okay.
I'm sorry. You guys are having a great conversation. I'm just like a fucking child. But come on, man.
You are.
I'm also I thought I did a lot of research and knew a lot about the JFK assassination, but I didn't realize till this week that
did he
there's
rape
a
anybody?
picture of him standing outside the school book depository as the motorcade's rolling on by.
Oh,
Who, Bush Sr.?
Pardon?
Who?
No,
Bush?
no. Lee Harvey Oswald is standing outside.
Yeah,
of the
he's out there along with Bush Sr.
Wow.
He's just standing out there having a time while he's supposedly shooting.
But you know that George Bush Sr. was there too, right?
Oh, yeah, because he called in shortly after and he reiterated his name 3 times and wanted people to make sure they knew he was in, was it Austin? He was trying to make it sound like he wasn't in Dallas.
How many people did Kennedy rape, you think? Because we know he got a piece of Maryland, but...
He's a good-looking Irish fella. He didn't have to rape anybody. They just flocked to him.
Yeah? Well...
And I don't know, call me crazy, but I think Jackie Kennedy was a better-looking woman than Marilyn Monroe. I could be the crazy in the minority there, but...
Hold on, let me go look up a picture.
Do you know who Jim Fetzer is?
The name sounds familiar.
Nah, Jackie Kennedy looks fucking weird. You know? I mean, I don't know.
Thanks.
She looks like she's got smashed face. Marilyn Monroe is way hotter. What are you talking about?
So Jim Fetzer, worked with the military, written several books, researched JFK extensively.
I think I've actually read one of his books. That's what I think. I've read like 30 books. So I've read so many books, I can't remember who wrote all of them with JFK stuff.
I personally know somebody that worked directly with him, that actually also worked on a book that he wrote. If you look in his research, you'll see that he doesn't. I don't believe he says this, but I've come to this conclusion: the Zapruder film was specifically set up to allow for the dissemination of misinformation. Reason being is that when you start to analyze it, like Fetzer did, you actually start to see that they cut out multiple frames that they actually utilized at that day, breaking technology to manipulate the screen. So like you'll have a sign that apparently is blocking the transition of certain scenes. But in reality, when you look at photos of that scene at that time, there was no sign there. So they inserted a lot of elements into the scene, including times where they kept the speed at a certain rate. But in reality, apparently the limousine almost came to a full stop to give the kill teams enough time to get, properly zeroed on the target.
Well, yeah, there's video I've seen where you see the driver look over his right shoulder and you can see the brake lights.
Yep.
And they weren't supposed to ever go down Elm Street. That wasn't changed till the night before the motorcade came in late. They were supposed to go one street earlier because, well, any presidential motorcade, you don't take a 90-degree turn like that they took off Main to get onto Elm. It was...
You also leave your bodyguards on the vehicle and not call them off. And
you've seen that video too with the two Secret Service agents with their arms or their hands up in the air like they don't know what the hell they're doing.
There's usually four on a vehicle that guard it.
Or you don't have the top. You usually have the top on too. But
I think Awondy's gay.
Also, apparently, Lee Harvey Oswald worked with a woman that was working with the CIA developing secret cancer weapons to be used against enemies.
Now they got
Dr.
those down
Mary's monkey.
They got those down in Cuba now.
Dr. Mary's monkey. It details the whole thing.
It's in Cuba now, Dave.
We're giving you gold here, dude, and
that's what I said. It's down in Cuba now. What do you mean you giving me gold? What the hell are you talking about?
We're talking about serious stuff, and you're coming with JB style.
I just said it's down in Cuba. That was serious.
Well, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm talking about somewhere it was.
You said that they were using they're gonna weaponize cancer or something, whatever, and I said, yeah, there's some shit down in fucking. They're doing that stuff in Cuba now.
Are you talking about the radio airwave things that was making the people at the embassy sick?
Yeah, Dave thought I was being a douchebag, but that's
different.
It is different, but it's fuck you then. I don't know.
I have no idea where you're going, dude. I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm just saying goofy shit while you're having conversations. And then I finally said something that was of value, I thought, but I guess not.
The Cuba thing is basically electronic warfare. They aim these huge sort of dishes towards a location. They put a bunch of energy through it, and it fries your brain.
You don't think our government's not part of that? We're all of a sudden we're friends with them, and now the weird stuff's going on down there too. It's just, I don't know. It's weird.
No, that was actually
we're not friends with them
after Trump won.
Obama was.
Because Obama's a communist.
Well, Trump isn't Trump friends with North Korea?
He's not friends with them, but he is trying to get peace with them.
So isn't that what Obama did?
No,
Obama didn't do anything. Apology to her and apologize to the rest of the world.
Well, he did give $150 billion in cash to Iran.
That ended up in Lebanon.
Yeah, but I'm talking about Cuba. What did Obama do for Cuba?
He basically ended the embargo.
And made it so 50 Cent and Beyonce and all the other hoodlums can go down there and hang out.
But they continue to tax on America, and they continue to allow immigrants to use their ports to illegals to infiltrate America and stuff. So Trump canceled that.
So
and then the attack started.
What did the I guess I'm trying to figure out the difference. I mean, I guess the difference is Trump hasn't lifted anything with North Korea, but I mean, he did visit them, but it's kind of similar.
He's been working towards trying to settle a deal, but
Trying to denuclearize the Korean
the
peninsula.
media doesn't cover how successful he has been, because even Kim Il-jung is, like the second meeting didn't come to a conclusion, but soon after, he had publicly admitted through his state-run media system that he was interested in doing another conference to try to get it to a resolution to this. Like, there's been a lot of progress with North Korea. I mean, they're removing the demilitarized zone. They're moving towards reunification, and nobody wants to talk about that. It's the the globalists benefited from having a disunited Korea, because then they keep troops there. They can keep a fight going on. They now have an enemy. Trump's trying to remove that.
I would love to try to sneak out of North Korea and get my stomach ripped open by fucking barbed wire. And then been shot and a dog bite my fucking toes off, and then show up in a South Korean hospital and they pull out these giant tapeworms out of my body. That'd be fucking sign me up. What's up, everybody?
All right.
He didn't just rape it. He just killed that conversation.
Yeah.
Go ahead, continue.
Yeah, it's hard to recover from that.
Yeah.
I was just saying what I would do. Now you know how Leah feels every fucking Friday.
No, it reminds me when I was young and my younger siblings would come up and just ruin things with my friends. But
yep, that's what it was. Well, originally why I said something stupid when I first got in here was because when you leave and come back a lot of times, the microphone doesn't work. So I said something and no one said anything, and I was like, oh, but I said something stupid because I didn't know what to say. Like, hey, can you hear me? I didn't want to interrupt, really, but everybody was quiet for a second, so I said something goofy. Then no one said anything. So then I waited, and I was like, oh, I don't think it's working. And then I said something really goofy, and then you were like, what the fuck? And I was like, oh, okay, it is working. All right, my bad.
You could have just said, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe that's too logical, but
you gotta make an entrance.
It's just different.
Speaking of making an entrance, it looks like we have the cheese man here.
Fucking cheese.
Dave, did
fucking
you see that video
the whole day
of the reporter asking Trudeau the other day what his family does to reduce plastic? And he's trying to explain how they use those reusable water containers. And he goes, we use plastic. I mean, car. But he couldn't answer the simple, what are you guys using to cut down plastic? And he explained that his family is cutting down the use of plastic by using plastic.
Oh, he's vanilla Obama. He just can't speak if he doesn't
literally
have a teleprompter.
But he's got nice hair.
And
there's some videos that I catch.
That's why we should repeal the 19th.
There's some videos that I catch of this guy. He records them off of Canadian C-SPAN or something of your conservatives trying to catch Trudeau and lies and whatnot.
Michelle Rempel, if you ever want to see an MP that I think's really awesome, and I think she's going to be the next, or not the next, but she'll be Prime Minister of Canada one day. You should check her out. She just frickin' takes him over the coals all the time during Parliament. Almost every session, just rakes him over the coals.
What's her name again?
Michelle Rempel. She's the MP for Calgary Nose Hill, I believe.
He doesn't seem like a real person to me. When I start listening to him, sometimes I'm like, is this guy a fucking human?
He's a plant. He's an actor.
That's what it
Well,
feels
he was
like.
a part-time drama teacher. Sorry, part-time substitute drama teacher.
Jesus.
Where's my script? I need to read my script.
We better get some lefties in here. This is getting creepy.
Embarrassing. It's embarrassing he got elected, and a big number of those votes did come from women because they thought his hair was nice.
No,
He's going to get reelected.
We know how you hate women.
Not on my watch. We're going to get him out of there. We got to vote conservative, unfortunately. But we have no other option. We can't split the vote. We just have to get him out of there. Then we hold Scheer to account and force and expose him if we need to.
Dave.
You should vote for Bret Hart. Go vote for Bret Hart, Dave.
What was that?
Are you allowed to vote there? Aren't you, your
a Jew
status?
No, actually, I should have updated you guys a while ago. No, I got that result. No, there was like, because the thing though is that it was one of these really odd laws that was like, you know, if you immigrated to the country prior to this year, because of this new law that we enacted 20 years later, it might affect your status and stuff. But no, I'm fully Canadian, and you know, there's no chance that I'm going to get deported. So
he bailed the fuck out of America.
How was that even brought up, Dave? Like, were you born in Canada?
No. That's the thing. That's why I guess what Jabroni is bringing.
Don't bring it up. You're gonna get now. You're gonna be called the fucking. You know.
Where were you born?
What am I gonna get called, Joe?
I don't know, like a fraud or something. I don't know.
No, I'm actually an ideal immigrant. People should try to be like me.
That's true. You probably have you probably have Aztec blood. To be honest, you probably have Aztec blood, Dave.
No, I don't. I'm European.
Oh.
I have European blood.
What?
I'm actually related directly to Napoleon III, and I wrote an article about that in JB blog, sportsblog.com.
Wow.
Now, I was born in Argentina, Buenos Aires, Argentina, to be specific. So I'm a spick, if you want to call me that, at least by those terms.
What was your dad like in the military or something?
Well, he was forced to be in there. There was conscription until like
I gotcha.
90 something. But again, a lot of people in Argentina, like, here's the thing: when the Spanish came to Argentina, they basically eliminated all the natives. Unlike other countries, like in Argentina, pure massacre. So there's hardly any natives unless they're like close to Brazil or Paraguay. But so basically, it's all like either Spanish from Spain or like German, French immigrants. So it's basically and it's literally called by fellow Hispanics the whitest country in South America.
That's racist.
But that's the thing, though. It's just like
that's where Hitler
I have
went
such
to
a
after
mix
the
in
war.
backgrounds that. What's that?
That's where Hitler went to after the
that's
war.
where Hitler ended up after the war.
There's also a lot of fucked up.
Died.
There's also a lot of like crazy Germans who are there now, right, Dave? You know about that.
I keep missing that. What did you say?
I said Argentina is where Hitler ended up after the war.
That's correct, and a lot of and it's funny. I got laughed at, and I'm gonna also talk about what Joe just said. Is yes, a lot of Nazis did go there after the war. And the funny thing is that I was laughed at about this, but it's common knowledge amongst Argentinians. Oh yeah, that's Bariloche. That's where all the Nazis went after the war. Like, it's no fucking big deal. Like, there was whole cities in Argentina that were just like totally German. They only spoke German. It was all German architecture.
Yeah, they look like Bavarian. They look like they're in like Bavarian communities.
Imagine how terrified those people must have been when they found out the fucking.
Well, no, Argentina was very sympathetic to the Nazis.
No, the Germans brought a lot of money with them. They didn't care.
Wait a minute.
Well, they invested in Argentina prior to the war, and they established bases there prior to the war.
Really, I did not know that.
The fact is, the population was very sympathetic to the Nazis. They actually only declared war on Germany the day before they surrendered.
You should check out Tim Kennedy's show. He actually goes down there and interviews
Hitler.
I followed that. I've got the documents, actually. I've got the FBI documents that say we found a contact so-and-so that says Hitler is here. These are the locations. This is what's happening and so forth. It seems
in that
well
Kennedy
documented.
dump.
What's that?
Like the Kennedy files dump under Trump here not too long ago. They released that CIA file with a picture of Hitler dated in, was it 69 or 71? Like, I think, from my understanding, they knew he was alive all along. They were just monitoring him. And if he tried any crazy uprising shit, then they would have taken him out. But he was basically powerless, living his life out in Argentina.
You know that initially it was the Soviets that said they had killed him, and the Americans publicly said, we dispute that. We need to see this evidence. We've got this information that says otherwise. This is actually in public newspapers. And then the Americans decided, nope. You know, it was the Russians that killed him. The supposed remains, the burnt remains that they had in storage were proved, like, as soon as the fall of the Soviet Union happened, it was proved that it wasn't him. It was probably one of his doubles that was there. And
it wasn't even that, Dave. They finally, in 2012, 2011-ish, the Soviets finally released, they always said all along that they had Hitler's skull in the National Archives.
Yep.
And they finally released it and they tested it, and it was not only like not DNA to Hitler himself, it was a female skull. Like it wasn't even.
There's no proof that Hitler lived there until that age. There's no actual proof.
Well, that
what are you
lived there,
saying?
Joe,
There's no
and that he
proof?
died at the end of the war.
There's FBI reports, there's CIA reports, there's other intel reports, there's knowledge from locals that has been documented multiple times. Look into Tim Kennedy, because he does a lot of great research into this as well. And the fact is, I'm telling you, as someone born in Argentina, knowing the culture, knowing the people, they are publicly aware of this stuff.
I mean, there's a writer from Argentina that claims this from 1962, but I don't think there's any physical evidence.
There's also the fact, like I said, they were sympathetic to the Nazis. They weren't going to rat these people out because they supported them.
No, I know,
Perón,
but-
for example, bought massive amounts of Nazi German surplus after the war and actually started to make his troops goose step.
But there's no physical proof to this. Like
there is physical.
There's lots of. You should check out the documentary, Joe. It's called Hunting Hitler. It was on the History Channel.
That's
Here in
one
Canada.
example.
No, I
of
saw
many.
that.
That's also based on a book, which is researched even further.
But the book was written by. But there's still no physical evidence, though. The guy makes great claims.
There is physical evidence.
Where?
Dude, it looks like.
Give me the physical evidence that
Hitler's
that Hitler lived until 1962.
Why do you? Okay, why is it that you keep trying to argue this without even knowing what we're referring to?
I know what you're referring to, but I don't.
So you've seen these documentaries? You've actually read the legal reports from the FBI?
I've seen
informants?
Michael Moore documentaries that would make me think what he's saying is true, but like, there's no physical evidence.
I don't think I've seen ever a documentary that says that Hitler is not in South America. And again, there is physical evidence.
Okay, but can you just tell me I can go
a CIA link that it's a CIA file dated the 23rd of July 1963, and it's a picture of Adolf Hitler on a CIA file.
There's photos of Hitler well after he died.
Well, died in quotation.
Well, yeah, no, but like again, like there's photos of him actually in Argentina being greeted by people. And these photographs are available, and you can see them and verify that it is him, but he's much older.
I mean, I will look at them but I just got to go find them, I guess.
I in the normal chat here on Discord, I put a link to a CIA file about Hitler that happened.
Think of it this way:
the JFK files.
People rightfully say, why would they fake this? Why would they ignore that he's alive? Think of it this way. Massive war just consumed Europe. They want an end to it, okay? They need to concentrate on Japan to finish the job, okay? But if you continue to acknowledge that Germans are still operating throughout the world, now in places that are difficult to reach, like South America, jungles like in Brazil, many Nazis fled as well, in Antarctica or even Southeast Asia, you're going to extend that war. You're not going to give the population that wants an end to all this suffering closure. You declare Hitler dead, then you basically concentrate your efforts on Japan. That's the end of it, and America won. The Allies won. You ignore the fact about 1947 with Operation High Jump, which was basically to try to wrest control of Antarctica from a Nazi contingent that had established themselves there. They got their ass beat, and they had to, basically retreat. And the guy that operated that invasion was suicided.
That was some crazy shit.
Where's my popcorn?
I agree. But so this I'm looking at this documentation. So this came from what leak or what reveal?
Jabroni?
Oh, sorry, my thing crashed. I just came back on. It was the JFK files dump that.
So this came
under Trump there,
which weren't even complete, which bothered me a lot because there's so much information out there that is still redacted, which actually points to who was involved, including the Bush family.
That's the only again, that it has to be the Bushes other. Because why would it still be national security if
because
he was
there's
assassinated?
people still alive that were involved in
that's
it.
why 56 years ago there has to be people that were still alive. Well, maybe not so much now that George Sr. is dead.
The guard that jumped on top of the car to dive on top of Jackie, he's still alive, and he goes on radio shows all the time repudiating everything the fucking
see, like, I'm not saying that I don't believe it 100%, but I'm not saying I believe it still either. I mean, I'm looking at this document, and I still don't know what this photo proves, but I do see I see it, and I'm curious about it. And I'm like, what is
that's just
okay? Ignore the one issue. Ignore that one piece of evidence. And consider the fact that people have written books about this stuff and documented it quite well.
People have written books about the fact that Tupac's still alive. It's the same sort of story to me.
With the way phones are and how you can record everything, I feel like if Tupac was alive, someone would have got it out by now.
I don't think he's alive.
That autopsy looked pretty damn convincing to me. I was able to line up all the fucking tattoos and everything.
Yeah, I don't think.
But you could also link that autopsy photo to which music video was it that he's laying down in a bed. It almost matches up perfectly to that.
Sorry, guys, I had to go run and take a piss before I died. But Joe said, "Oh, they wrote about books about Tupac." Dude, are you really trying to use that argument?
Yeah, I am. I think it's the same type of fanatic. Like, I think the Hitler is more believable. I will say that 100%. I do.
Look, I understand your skepticism, but the problem
it's
is
good to be skeptical.
It is good, but the problem is he's acting like a Troy now.
No, I'm not, because I'm not
trying to be more of a
because
devil's advocate
if I was
than examine the information.
You're
that's
wrong,
out there.
because if I was actually,
see, he said he's going to research. Troy wouldn't research.
No, if I was
say
Troy,
we're stupid and we're wrong and we're deal with it.
Exactly. If I was Troy, I would tell you you're
Rose,
fucking out of your mind right now or something.
Stop being indignant, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what that means?
Ugh. I'm horrible with definitions of words.
Can we all agree that Elvis did not die when he died? He was a member of the CIA and he lived to be a old fucker that died in St. Louis? Or is that a stretch?
Man, that's even more off than the Hitler thing for me. I believe the Hitler thing over that.
I read something somewhere that they did a DNA test on some bum living in like St. Louis that died 5 or 6 years ago, and his DNA matched.
Probably another one of Hitler.
Someone in the Presley family.
Probably Presley's kids.
The news on every channel.
I mean, dude, you know how many people Elvis probably knocked up that we don't even know about? It's probably one of them.
But I'd like to think that he went out in a true visionary way, eating a fried banana sandwich or peanut butter banana sandwich on the crapper. That is a way to go. Like who?
I mean,
almost as good as Farley overdosing on heroin and cocaine with a hooker in his room.
Well, didn't the janitor guy find him or whatever? Somebody found him that way in the bathroom, right?
He was dead for a couple days on the shitter.
Yeah, I mean, like I believe, like if you were to say who was alive for a while after their death that we don't know about, I mean, I would go Hitler #1, and then probably maybe Tupac 2 and Elvis 3. Like so that one isn't even close for me. On those three, but I don't know
Tupac is actually very possible. Like I think there's something with that.
Why is he alive still then?
I have no fucking idea.
See, you don't even know. Like, what the hell are you talking about? Like with Hitler, at least.
If he's still alive, somebody should fucking kill him for all this shit rap music we've had to deal with. And if he's still alive listening, he should be killed just for making us go through all this shit.
He was quite.
Come back, give us one more fucking album. Jesus Christ.
He was quite the actor himself, though, to be honest. He was an actor from the very beginning, Tupac. So.
Classically trained actor. He was not a thug. He just, it's like, this is going to make me a shitload of money.
Mm-hmm. He's a smart dude. Very smart guy. It reminds me of a couple guys I know that are entertainment guys that are similar. They weren't thugs or gangsters. Very smart guys. Very salesman mentality. Very similar to that, but if I was to argue, what was I gonna say? Fuck, I don't remember now. But if I was gonna argue for like why all the guys, see, I could argue for why they're all still alive. You know what I mean? I could argue that Tupac maybe had a kid or something. He was afraid, so they went into hiding. Elvis Presley, he decided he wanted to go back into serving the country or work for whatever. He didn't want to be an entertainer anymore. So there's your reason there. Hitler, though, is the most believable, which is the most obvious, which is obviously they're going to lose the war, blah, blah, blah. He's going to have to go into hiding before, and hopefully, they're going to say he's dead and everything. So Hitler's the most obvious reason that you would hide somewhere and still be alive. The other two guys, it's kind of a stretch to say Elvis, he just wanted to give up being a celebrity and whatever the hell. And Tupac just wanted to give up being a celebrity. Those are weird ones, but like Hitler is totally believable.
Another reason why I think that's more believable is because who really wanted Hitler to live on? But people wanted to see Elvis live on. People wanted to see Tupac live on, so they came up with these over-the-top theories.
Right.
That's why I think the Hitler one.
Yeah, you want to know, you want to hope the guy's alive or something. It's like, come on.
Oh, come on.
What?
Drew, I hope you're not driving right now.
Hitler is totally believable.
No, I'm not.
But Hitler is totally believable.
But
he's
not
alive,
for that reason. People want him alive, so yeah, it's believable.
No, we're talking about Tupac and Hitler.
Well, he's saying people the opposite, Dave.
I was saying
he believes the Elvis and Tupac are far-fetched because people wanted their legacies to be alive.
Yeah. I'm not saying Hitler. I'm saying Tupac and Elvis.
Oh, right. And I wasn't saying that any of them are unbelievable. I'm just saying they're less believable.
Yeah, they're way
because.
So you're saying? So I understand correctly. You're saying they're less believable because more people want them to be true.
Well, no,
part of the reason.
That's what. Yeah, that's what Drew said.
I think they're more outrageous because of that too. That's why they seem a little more outrageous and unbelievable, is because they're probably not true and thought up by people who wanted them to be alive.
Yeah. Because I couldn't give a shit.
Research that.
The Hitler thing, the colonies and what they built over in Argentina with the Germans and the history and maintaining it, and even some of them still kind of following the beliefs they had and whatever, that is very, that is a very possible thing that Hitler's alive. There's a lot of reason that you would believe that. So any little shred of evidence, especially this little CIA document, it's way more believable. Like seeing certain proofs of Elvis and Tupac you'd have to see some real good proof. Like,
yeah, but you've just seen one piece of evidence. I could show you multiple documents that again go into detail of this. And I don't know, Jabroni, I don't know if it was covered in Tim Kennedy's documentary or not, but there were recently these hidden bases in the jungle of northern Argentina that were found that were basically clearly set up prior to the war. They had full Nazi regalia on them, and
they brought all those up.
I mean, the fact is they were there in Argentina.
And when they arrested some of the
no one's disputing the
closest members of the Reich in
no one's
Argentina.
disputing that they were in Argentina.
Eichmann, Joseph Mengele was arrested in Argentina.
Goebbels, I believe. Goebbels. Propaganda minister.
He was in Argentina, but he was somewhere in South America, like Gerard Bonnet. But like the biggest one is definitely, besides Hitler, is freaking Adolf Eichmann. If Eichmann is close, Hitler's close.
Yep.
Eichmann's the one that came up with the final solution. So
one thing I would ask Dave is what makes these documents any more official than any other theory that someone else might come up with?
Did you just ask that?
Yeah, I did.
So the FBI is going to spend thousands of dollars in the 1940s to investigate claims of Hitler in Argentina?
Well, I mean, they did it with the Warren Commission, allegedly. Who's to say they don't fudge one or the other?
Hold on, how did they do
Drew,
that?
it's not only the FBI. This is FBI, CIA, naval intelligence, British intelligence, Irish intelligence, almost every nation
Israeli
in the world.
Intelligence.
Israeli intelligence. That's
But
one
hold on.
hell of... And I'm a conspiracy tinfoil hat wearing person, but that's a hell of a lot of countries to all get involved.
Well, I'll admit,
So how does that
you
equate
guys
to
do
the-
know more about this.
No, but how does this equate to the Warren Commission, though?
Because the Warren Commission, the theory against the what we were given by the Warren Commission is, the FBI, the CIA, they all lied to us in the Warren Commission. They really know what happened. And then
the Warren Commission doesn't say anything like that. The Warren Commission says that all those organizations did the right job and they came to the proper conclusion. There was only one shooter.
Right.
But then why would all these reports then report that Hitler's alive? Like, I'm not seeing your logic here.
Like
maybe
they're
I'm
saying publicly that Hitler's dead, but behind the scenes, everyone's like, "Oh no, he's alive. We all know he's alive."
But they don't equate, though. I can't see the equivalency between the two arguments, though.
Because the theory that conspiracy theorists have on JFK not being killed by one shooter is that the government is lying to us. So why wouldn't it be logical that the government lied to us with Hitler?
Because the fact that
they
those
did lie to
documents
us.
were initially made to be classified for inter-agency use. They weren't a commission report that was supposed to be released to the public about the assassination of a president. They're two totally different things.
I think I don't know, I could be wrong, Drew, but the way you're explaining it, you actually agree with us. It's because the Warren Commission like, in a sense, because the Warren Commission and what we were told about Hitler is one thing, but behind the scenes of both, it's a completely different thing. Like, with the Warren Commission, for example, Hoover saying that we have to make the American people believe that there was only one shooter is the same thing as, holy shit, we have all this evidence that Hitler's alive, but we need to make the people believe that Hitler shot himself in the Fuhrer bunker.
Okay, I guess I was mixed up there. All right, so there we go. Everyone is alive and counted for, or dead and counted for.
Have you seen that?
I'm a retard.
The YouTube CEO, what's her fucking face? Directly involved in Crowder's. Yeah, she was the one who demonetized Crowder.
That's bullshit.
Mark Levin just reported that YouTube CEO was personally involved in decision to yank Crowder's income.
Wow.
Well, she better go fly off to the. Better fly to the island that Tupac's on.
Yeah, pretty crazy.
Can't understand the double-edged sword where that feller that hosts Vox can call himself a queer Latino, but when Crowder uses his exact words, word for word, that the guy himself said, now he can't say that, and now he's being hateful. I don't understand the.
Probably because he was mocking his words, I guess. But I mean, it's still bullshit.
He's a comedian.
Worked out well for Crowder. I saw a video that his mug club sales have went up by like 400% since he got demonetized.
Well, that's the thing is when something bad happens and you have a supportive crowd, it's like you guys and everybody else I know. Like when my channel is all fucked up, I see people increasing their Patreons. So it's like, yeah, this sucks and it's bad, but then people start rallying around you more. So.
You think YouTube's just looking for excuses because they think the average content creator is a pushover?
What do you mean? I mean, I don't know about pushover. I think YouTube's just looking for somebody's looking for any excuse they can to take down anybody whose opinions are on the right. And I mean, I'm a guy, and again, I'll say it again. I know I say I'm all in the middle, independent, but I mean, I lean a little bit left. So, you know, I don't. Someone's clearly obsessed with the people, anybody on the right, you know, or anybody that has like free thought that's willing to be in the middle. Like even a guy like, especially Philip DeFranco, he's always accidentally listed. Like the amount of times that he's accidentally been listed as a conservative, crazy, he's been called, what's it called? The alt-right. He's been called the alt-right. I'm like, this guy is literally a left-leaning dude who's 100%, usually is pretty honest, though, and kind of looks at both sides of the argument and talks about it. But he's being called a crazy right-wing guy by people, and then so many times they've had to either edit the article or they've been like, oh, sorry, like, you know, we were just using, like, nobody even, the people attacking don't even know what they're attacking. They're just attacking shit.
Those are called sheep.
I was actually asking about the monetization. Do you think Google's looking for any excuse to get out of paying people?
Yeah, no, I think that
like,
that's...
oh, well, they're cursing. Let's just take their money.
No, what's going on is all the companies outside of YouTube and everything else, they're trying to get the ads away from all these people. Because there's like millions of YouTubers, and that money could be going just to NBC or just to CBS or just to Spin Magazine YouTube or whatever. If only they would get rid of all of our shit. So that's their goal in smearing everybody, like PewDiePie and the next guy and whoever else, is to to take apart all of that so that now it's just them again, and hopefully they could get there. Originally they wanted to get everybody off YouTube and back onto the TV. They think that if they take away all our voices, that eventually. But what the thing is, eventually you're gonna have to start attacking your own people. Eventually you're gonna have to start attacking, because now YouTube will adjust. People will adjust. People who are right leaning and stuff like that, they'll still have their extreme channels somewhere else or whatever. But a lot of people will start adjusting to like trying to be PG but get their point across and things like that. And those people are still gonna get demonetized. And then they're gonna have to start demonetizing the left-wing people too, because you can't just. And so it becomes, is it more about the politics or is it more about the money? And I don't know. I think it's kind of about everything. But
well, even if it is about the politics, it's about the money. At the end of the day, it's all about the money. It's just a matter of what you're going to support to get that money. I think
that's a good point. Yeah, but it's definitely about the politics though. That is one thing that it's certainly right now, because if you have like the guy I told you about, Mr. Dapperton or whatever that guy's name is. I'm not even a big fan of him, really. I kind of like him, and I like that he's honest. I don't agree with him on everything, but I like that he's honest, and he's demonetized. And he's a pretty, I don't remember how many subs he has. I think he has like 100,000, couple 100,000. When he goes live, he has 100 viewers. I mean, I have more than that. But when he goes live, he has about 100 so viewers, and he's demonetized. Like, and when you say demonetized, people don't know what that means, because like I could say that I'm demonetized because a lot of my videos get the yellow mark where it's not suitable for advertisers. He is demonetized, as in got a letter that said, sorry, your content isn't acceptable to make money on YouTube. You can continue uploading videos and streaming live and all this stuff, but they took his AdSense away. Now, it used to be previously the only way you would lose your AdSense is if you did something egregious, like showed like murder or like, you put a pay-per-view boxing match on your channel. Those are the only things that would get your AdSense banned. But now YouTube's just
like then they need to change the name of YouTube. If they're going to be doing this shit, they need to change the name of it.
They don't though, because they don't need to do that.
Hollywood for
But
life.
then you can't be yourself.
No.
I can't get on there and start talking the way I really feel. I'll get demonetized from what you're saying.
It's true. No, if you get big enough, you will. No, it's true.
Have to become
it's not me, then. It's not YouTube.
Every company does this. I've talked about this for years, about the breakdown and the entropy and stuff like that. It's just like MTV. MTV is still called MTV. They're not music television.
MTV hates white guys.
Oh, that's true. I said that to him as a joke, but it was kind of sort of true in a way. They were really bashing. I mean, dude, there was tons of...
Dude, they made an 8-minute video on it.
Yeah, and there was black people in the comments that were like, this is fucking weird. Like, they were saying it. Everybody was. They were like, I don't understand why you bash white people like this. What does this have to do with music? People wrote that. Like, what? Like, dudes were writing that. I mean, they were wrong, and they knew it. And I made a joke on Twitter that you hate white people, and I got banned for life for it. So there you go. Why would I be banned for life for
just
saying...
proves that they do. They proved it.
Have you wrote it on Facebook?
No, I don't think I did. And Facebook is harder to get banned on, but you can get... Facebook is more like Tattletale. You have to have a lot of people tattletale on you to get in trouble over there, but you can still get in trouble. But you have to have a lot of people tattletaling on you. Like the Mark Dice guy, he gets in trouble there a lot because probably a lot of people follow him to report him or whatever.
I like that dude.
That guy's a fucking... he's pretty good sometimes, but sometimes he's an asshole. But it doesn't mean he should be censored.
And with getting back to Crowder, I guess we're going to silence comedy because he's a comedian. Right?
That's why comedians don't go to colleges anymore.
Well, what they'll tell you though now is
it's ridiculous.
They'll be like, "Oh, he's not a comedian. He's a hateful bigot who's using comedy to disguise his hate speech." That's what they'll say.
They tried saying that about Dave Chappelle, and God bless him for basically telling them go fuck themselves. Like when he did that tranny joke.
Yeah.
in his special, his first comeback special a couple years ago. God, he pissed a lot of people off.
But you know what?
He basically said, for Christ's sake, it's comedy.
He's a virtue signaler now too, though. Dave Chappelle is a little bit, unfortunately, and so it's kind of but that's one of those
Even
things.
Jerry Seinfeld came out and said that he's not doing colleges for that reason.
Yep. Go. That's what everybody should say. Go fuck yourself. I don't care. You don't like it? You want to say that? Good for you. You're a dummy. Are you gonna get mad if I call you?
Comedy goes to an extent, right? Like the guy that played what's his nuts, Kramer.
What? Who?
That what he did there? That's not comedy. But
who?
He had to play Kramer when.
Oh yeah. I mean, he just got angry and lost his mind. I mean, that's more of a debate about is he really racist or not. I just think he lost his mind. That's all. I think he got mad. Cause like it's like when if I go on a tirade and I start dropping like faggot this and that, it's like, am I a homophobe? It's like, no, I'm not. I just was using the worst words I could use to talk about something. It's the same sort of thing to me.
And if you say faggot, how's that even make? Back 10 years ago, you could say it about anything. You could even probably be gay and still call someone a faggot.
Well, that's the thing.
It's not even for the.
So somebody was bitching about my raw tarded shirt on the comments. They were like, "Oh, I unsubbed because that's wrong with the treatment of those."
I got 3 retarded people in my family. 2 have Down syndrome, and 1 was born with the umbilical cord around their head.
Yeah,
doesn't even offend me. You want to know why? Because my aunt that is retarded literally says it on her birth certificate, retarded, because she was born in the 50s.
Yeah.
So that's what they wrote. That's what they classified it as.
Well,
doesn't bother me.
The point is, like with the raw tarded,
I think the best way.
The word retarded is an actual word that means something. So to call raw retarded is fine. Now, if I had a shirt that said, like, kill retards or like I hate retards or something like that.
Are we going to start changing material names because it says fire retardant?
Yeah, exactly. Well,
I wouldn't be surprised, Dave.
That's the point. It's a word. It's a
I
word.
think the best part.
It's a word to show mental incapability or the recession of something, and it's like that's what raw is. So that's why it's raw tarded. I'm not making fun of retarded people. I'm making fun of raw. If I was making fun of retarded people, then that would be messed up. However, you could still argue that comedy could be funny if somebody wore "I hate retards" shirt, like in a fucking, in one of those places where mentally challenged and retarded people are. If a guy walked around all day interviewing those people and he had a shirt that said "I hate retards" on it, that's like even as horrible as that sounds, that could be considered comedy because it's funny because he's like interviewing them and then he's got this shirt on. But that would be very, very borderline, like, but it would be funny. Like if you zoomed in on the shirt, zoomed in on them and him and like had an audience laugh track, I mean, that could be something really funny. But yeah, my shirt comes nowhere even near that type of dark comedy. So those people are very, very soft bottoms.
Does anybody here watch Shameless?
I watched the first 3 seasons. I haven't continued yet. I liked it.
There's a great video where it's a funny scene where one of the mothers of a special needs child says they need to stop saying retarded.
Oh, yeah.
And one of the actors that has Down syndrome stands up, or she says the R word, and he just goes on about this, how he's going to take back the R word. It's a pretty funny scene. And then everybody starts chanting, me-tard, you-tard, retard nation.
I don't remember that, but I got to check that. What season is that?
I'm not sure. I don't know how my boss is a twisted person. We were watching the video from America's Got Talent from a couple weeks ago of that blind autistic kid singing.
Yeah.
That was really good. And somehow he's like, "Oh, you think that was good? You got to watch this." And I'm like, "Whoa, buddy, how did we go from this awesome singer to this?" But I guess it's just us dumb Canadians. Sorry, Dave, dumb Albertans.
You dumbass, you fucking put those tape on your stick and kill yourself. Yeah, fuck. You fucking murdered.
Hey,
murdered
Joe, what the fuck was all that shit with Road Dogg tweeting you and shit?
How about that? I don't know. But I know that what's her face? A bunch of people liked it for like other wrestlers. I was like, what a bunch of cucks. They just sucking up to Road Dogg. He wrote.
What did he say?
He wrote clever. I put out the Paradise song, and he wrote clever, but not really. You limit your audience when you work blue. Take the extra creative step and try doing it without being rated R. It's so easy, dog. It's so easy to dog the writers, isn't it? I thought you were smarter than that. Set him up, Joe.
That's coming from a guy who made a career off of being rated R.
Yeah, he has no room to talk.
I thought that was
I
funny.
fell asleep at 9 o'clock last night because of their gay ass show.
Yeah. Well,
I haven't watched WWE since WrestleMania.
so the best part is the people that liked his tweet. So what he tweeted to me, Mick Foley liked it. Lacey Evans liked it. And I was like, wow, he must be writing for Lacey Evans. I don't know. But I wasn't even talking about him at all. So like I know he's not even writing anything now. You know, he's the NXT guy.
Back or does he stay home?
He's okay. So I have two theories. One theory is he's in NXT, like he said. Or number two theory is this is all a work, a fake, so that he loses some of the heat that he had because he was sick of everyone always tweeting him about his ideas and writing and being blamed for everything. So I thought maybe he just made it up. But I think he is in NXT, though, to be honest. I really do think he's down there, and he has nothing to do with this, you know? So he responded, and I thought he would laugh at it. Like, he'd be like, yep, that's how it is. All my shit gets fucked up by Vince. But yeah, I don't know. He's fucking...
That's probably what he wanted to say, but he knows everyone sees his tweets.
Yeah, and I tweeted it to him, so he was like, clever, but not really. Like... So if I changed it, to like keep sucking dick all day, living in a paradise. If I had changed it to keep saying yes all the time, blah blah blah, and I took out all the swears and everything, and I had tweeted him this, I guarantee he still would have hated on it. He would have been like, "Oh yeah, but you know it's be funny if that's how it really was, but unfortunately a lot more work goes into it." You know, you would have made up some corporate answer or whatever. Hey, he's in Orlando right now from an iPhone. He's got all his information listed. I don't know. I miss when Road Dogg used to DM me. He was so much funner when he would DM me, man. He's a total different person. His tweets are completely different.
Yeah, that sounds like...
I remember...
The response sounds really auto-generated from like something...
Yeah, it's weird.
Fucking say or something.
You should have seen... Dude, I'll never forget the DM he sent me, and this was weird because it was around the same time that Mick Foley... Mick Foley was DMing somebody, and somebody leaked his DM with him. And it was like kind of messed up. And then Mick Foley was like, that's it. It's the last time I'll be able to, unfortunately, speak with a fan or whatever, because... Whatever. And it was around the same time that Road Dogg was DMing me a lot, and... Dude, he DM'd me something that was fucking crazy. Like if this, like to the point where I would never do this, right? But like, let's say if anybody had seen it, it would become like, it would go viral for like, he'd be in trouble, like with SJW stuff and just like, you wouldn't believe, like he would be in such trouble. It would be fucked up. Like he'd be let go. Like it's so bad, but obviously I would not do that. But I was like, wow, I can't believe. I actually said to Lee, I said, man, I can't believe he trusts me enough that he won't, that he would say this to me in a DM. Like, because what he said was fucking crazy. I was like, wow, I just can't believe he trusts me enough to say that. And I mean, it was great. It was something I was laughing, and I was like, "Oh, that's funny," and I was like, "That's so fucking hilarious." Well, I was like, "Damn, if this got out, like, if I did what that guy did to Mick Foley, this would be a nightmare."
It's like, oh, you didn't know? Dun, dun, dun. You better hide the DMs.
Yeah, it was bad. It was like, what you just did was really gay. But it was... But no, it was really... I mean, I can't tell you, man. It was crazy. It was like, whoa.
I was in a chat group once someone made up, and they put like Finn Balor, Braun Strowman, like 6 different wrestlers in there. It's hilarious, and most of them didn't leave. They just stayed there and let everyone talk.
They probably just muted it.
It could have been. Yeah.
I mean, most of them don't even say.
It's like they were fishing to get someone to talk.
Dog would speak all the time, though. If I, like, I mean, most of the time if I DM'd him, like, we would DM, like, it was no problem. But, what was
So
it?
that was right around the time the Foley thing happened that he stopped DMing you?
No, he always DM'd me. It's just, what happened was after a couple of years, I think that I said something. I went crazy on Raw one night. I videoed him something, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, and I was like freaking out, and I was like losing my mind, and I tagged him in it, and he blocked me that night. So he went from being friends, DMing, to blocking me, and after that, it never was the same again. But
do you know if he's ever watched your show?
I probably, yeah. I know he's
I
watched
wonder
clips.
if maybe he didn't watch you, and as you turned it up over the years, maybe he soured on it or something. Maybe he's like, well, I don't know.
I think
his opinion anymore because now he's just being outrageous with everything.
I think he was hoping to get me to like calm down and be like, you know what I mean, to be like, oh, I don't know. I think that's what it was. I think he was trying to get positive stuff out of me, and I don't think people understand that, like, one of the problems I have is I will keep saying what I think, and some people expect, like, here, now you're going to say good things, right? And it's like, no, that's not what my goal is. My goal is, like, I'm just telling you how I feel. And if I'm mad, if something sucks and I'm mad about it, I'm going to say it still. I probably should have been a little bit more diplomatic and, like, I can say how I feel, but don't tweet him in it. I probably shouldn't have tweeted him in it and said all this shit when he's literally helped me out for the last year. You know, that was probably stupid of me. He probably got mad. So I'm dumb for that.
The other thing that comes to mind is back in December when those 4 idiots stood in the ring and told us that stuff was going to start changing, and nothing changed at all.
Yeah, that's kind of funny to go back and look at.
And then last night, before I turned my TV off, the WWE literally lied and said that they were the #1 watched show in all of Monday night. I highly fucking doubt that.
Oh, they're ridiculous. It's so bad, man.
Like, they're blatantly lying on television. Like, the same night that I'm pretty sure the NBA was on and hockey was on. Like,
they're stupid. It's like everything they say is like a delay. It's weird. It's like they're always delaying to get to the next show. Like, oh, the next one's going to be great, and then it's the same thing again. Oh, listen, we know. It's kind of like when an employee, like, you're late, and you know, I've been this guy before, but I've also seen this guy before, where like the guy comes in late, and then you're like, dude, you can't be late. And he's like, I know, I'll be on time tomorrow, my bad. And then he's late. He's late again. And then you have a meeting with him, and you're like, hey, listen, we're going to have to let you go if you keep doing this. Like, we don't want to have to escalate this. Oh, my God, yeah, I know. You guys are giving me so many chances. I will change how I am. Okay, cool. And then, like, the next day he shows up about on time, and then the next day he shows up a minute late, and then he's late again completely, and you're like, okay, listen, we got to, you know, and that's what, like, WWE is like, oh, we're going to change everybody, and then they never do. They keep doing these delay tactics.
Sounds like my dad and alcohol. Every time he gets a talk from the doctor, he cools it off for a bit, and then he slowly but surely gets back to it.
Right, exactly like that. And, you know, a lot of us have done it. You know, I've certainly been the late guy, but yeah, it's just, that's what they do. It's like he stalls, and then it gives us all a little bit of hope, like, oh shit. But now it's to the point where no one would believe it. Vince could come out tomorrow night it's so bad Vince could come out and say, we're bringing back the Attitude Era, and I would be like, what? No, they're not. Like, you know, I wouldn't even believe it. I wouldn't believe anything until I see it, because they've already lied. And people are still fighting with me sometimes online. They're like, oh, the ratings aren't what they used to be. They don't matter like they used to. The ratings are all different. Less people watch, you idiot. Someone said that to me again the other day. I'm like, well, you're crazy because they do matter, because compared to other shows that are losing the same TV audience, the ratings aren't dropping at the same rate. And number two, the attendance is down. And number three, the WWE has literally reacted to it by canceling live shows and Vince saying what they said on national TV to all of us. So they are very aware, and they do mean something, because they wouldn't have done that.
And they went out and bought a bunch of black tarps.
Yeah. Well, those are at the. I mean, those, to be real, they're at the arena covering up the seats. They just don't take.
No, let's just go with they went out and bought black tarps.
Oh yeah, remember that guy that made that tarp song? That was funny. I forgot about that.
I think like. Sorry.
No, go ahead. I've been talking.
It's fine, man. The thing I noticed about when I did watch Raw last night, Michael Cole fucking repeated himself not once, not twice. Was it 4 or 5 fucking times during that? What was it, Cesaro?
Oh God, that was horrible. Yeah. At one point he said, "What a moment!"
Michael Cole, or that's them in the back telling him what to say.
A lot of it's Vince. A lot of it's Michael Cole knowing what Vince wants. It's both. But it's also. Dude, when they cleared the ring, the Braun and those guys, they like cleared the ring for a second during that scene, and it was like, who cares? You know, Michael Cole yelled out, "What a moment!" I was like, what the fuck? It just was a generic good guy team versus bad guy team situation, and then that happened, and like, what a moment was just like, not what? That's not the words to use. It would have been like Strowman, Ricochet, and whoever the fuck the other guy was, I don't remember. You know, Strowman, Ricochet, and Bumblefuck like cleared the ring, and whatever. And I expected them to say something like "clear the ring" and they stand tall, and that's stupid too. But who would have think that he would yell out like, "What a moment"?
It kind of sounds like the old repeated cycle of what he used to say when there's actual stuff in WWE, but now it's just
You know what?
What it used to be.
You know what? What a moment would have been. What a moment would have been like, like Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Hulk Hogan showed up or something, and then they were in the ring, and then these guys tried to attack them, and then they beat the crap out of the guys and knocked them all out of the ring, and Michael Cole was like, "Oh my God, the NWO is back, and they've beaten the competition out of the ring, or they've cleaned house, and what a moment." That's what a moment, like when something like that happens, and maybe not. That's a bad example because that's not realistic, but you know what I mean. Like that, something like that is what a moment, not just on a regular Raw. There's a fight between 3 guys on each side, and then they just generically get taken out of the ring, and then Michael Cole yells, "What a moment!" Fuck are you talking
I honestly
about?
feel that I feel like this is just going downhill. The SmackDown, I really miss it being on Fridays. That's like the SmackDown I remember was Fridays, not this whole was it Raw Monday, and then now it's like Tuesday SmackDown. I think honestly it needs to go back to Friday.
It might. Oh boy! All right, I guess I better get the fuck out of here. I've been down here since I woke up this morning, recording, and I assume at this point Leah's probably like, "Where the fuck are you?"
I'm meaning to ask you. You've been looking for someone to work with you, right? Because my schedule's clean, man.
Yeah, just always looking for people to jump on and do some stuff. So I'll hit you up when I need when I'm doing something next time for sure.
Sounds good to me, brother. You take it easy, man.
Where's everybody else? Everybody else in here? Where the fuck everybody go?
I think they're on
just listening.
Oh,
Well, then you speak.
Oh, well, Jesus. What up, Rose?
I'm here, Joe.
Where am I? Isaac what's his name? Luke Rojas?
Well, I wanted you to start talking about some serious shit again so I can just be a child in the background again. Butt cheese. Well, you guys can continue. You guys can continue to have some fun, and this will probably go up soon on YouTube, so that'll be cool. And I'm going to go wax my carrot.
Take it easy, man.
Thank you, guys. Keep it hard. You guys can
Later.
stay all night. Dave will just control all of you. Bye.
How about that?
Sexually.
We're all his little sex dungeon puppets.
Oh my
Idiot.
god.
Oh yeah.